there's no doubt in my mind that A, that place is haunted, and B, the stories about it are 100% true.
You
It is really
literally
good.
watch my mental state spiral into catastrophe. The next
You were
day, I
fucked.
was absolutely crippled with anxiety. Hello, everyone. We're back. That's the whole team. We are cracking on with this tier list. So last time in part one of the tier list, we did all the other investigations, and now we're doing 2023. So just before we jump into 2023, let's get up the tier list and let's just have a quick reminder of where we were at. So we have S, A, B, C, and D tier. D doesn't mean shit because I'm sorry, maybe I'm biased. I don't think we've ever done a shit investigation. It just means it wasn't as good as the other ones. So in D tier, we have Cold Christmas, which was a cat.
It was
Like,
tainted from the start, wasn't it?
yeah, because like we had like mic issues and all sorts of stuff. So we've got Cold Christmas in D. We've got the abandoned paper mill in C. We've got the Roman fort, secret chapel, and the second RAF base visit in B. We've got Daring Woods and the first RAF visit in A. And we have the Ancient Ram Inn, the Haunted Asylum, the Farmhouse, and 30 East Drive in S. We're now going to do 2023, but I'm going to shut the door because I can hear myself echoing. So, yeah, carry on.
That's it. Can't be having that echoing going on. It's not loud.
No echoing.
Oof.
Yeah,
Shut
so
the door system.
we are going to start. Are these in order of when we did them?
I think they are, yeah.
They are.
Yeah,
Excellent.
same order as last time.
Oh yeah, of course, because the first one, so cold. I'm just going to be able to base all of these on how cold I was throughout the investigation.
Yeah,
It starts cold, it ends cold.
Yeah.
That's it.
that is how the seasons work.
Thank you.
That's it.
So, what do we think of Haprica? So that is the investigation that we're going to look at right now. I liked it. I really enjoyed the night.
Mhm.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought Neil was really cool, very welcoming.
Neil was great.
Lots of
The
cool
highlight
shit
for
in
me
there.
wasn't on camera, but it was Scott's snack choices in the break room
Oh,
of that
fuck
night.
me.
That was my highlight.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
was it?
solid.
Like,
Well, what did you have again, Scott?
An entire
tomato pasta.
yeah, the entire Tesco's fucking
Yeah.
stock of tomato pastas.
What? Yeah.
It's so many.
Literally just walked up to the shelf.
So I had several thoughts, one of which was you were all driving there and
Pasta.
we're going to
That's
arrive, if I recall. I think you were going to arrive
I know what this
early and
calls for.
we were going to try and get some like food beforehand.
Yeah.
And then because of various traffic and weather things, it ended up being, I think you got there as we went into the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about 15 minutes before, I thought, I need to get some food. I went in there and they had all their pasta pots reduced for the day. And I thought, I have an idea.
Right.
So I just grabbed the shelf, loaded them all into a basket, went to the checkout and bought them all and thought, that will feed everybody. Happy days. And it did.
It
Yeah.
did. I'm a
did.
big fan of those pastas, to be fair. Like I wasn't.
I'm not a
even
fan of the
joking.
smell of the pastas.
Yeah.
fan
The
of the
smell was
taste.
pretty hectic.
In a very small base room, I must
Yeah,
admit.
yeah. Poor old Neil didn't
Didn't
leave
think
in
that
there.
far.
He just got
Yeah,
fucking
he's got
stench of
gassed
pasta
out.
all night.
He was like, guys, there's coffee, there's tea. And we were like, don't worry, we've got 16 pots of cheese and tomato pasta.
Does anyone want to go and do a solo? Yeah, I'll go do one. Yeah. I need to get out of this stench. They were really tasty, though. It's
Well,
like-
very nice.
I do appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you, Scott.
very kind of you, Scott.
And I, without question, whenever I get a Tesco meal deal, I'll always get one of those on the side. So
Every time I see one, it reminds me of you, Scott.
There you go.
Just the thought of Scott just going up to the shelf and wiping them.
I was sort of awkwardly following the bloke around the shop as he was putting the reduced stickers out. I was one of those
He was
people.
putting them on one at a time, and you were
He was
just taking it off the
He put the
shelf.
sticker on as soon as the sticker's on. My basket. My
At
basket.
by the end, he was just putting them straight in your basket.
I love that, Scott. I love that.
That was basically it. Yeah.
Okay. S tier for Happy then.
S tier for cheesy pasta.
That's it.
So
No, but the actual investigation itself, I also thought was really good.
yeah,
Really cool. The location
Loz.
was sick.
Loz, I know you obviously did Daring Woods, and I know that you did the Roman Fort, but I feel like this, and obviously you were always an honorary member of the team by default, but I feel like this was the first one where it was like, now you are fully established as part of the paranormal hunting team. Would you agree?
Yeah, that was like I got in the trenches on this one.
Yeah.
I feel like I got in the trenches big time because, as much as I don't really, believe in the paranormal,
I don't believe any of this shit.
you really tried quite hard to get me to contact someone who was.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say that was Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Was
he didn't tell us at
was it
all what we was
Fred
doing.
West, wasn't it?
Fred West, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
He
when
was
he
just
was
like, ask him
initially,
if Fred's there. We were
I
like,
thought
okay.
he was going 30 East Drive, Fred. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah, it's like
I
this
thought he
guy's
must
done
have
his
looked
own
us
work.
up and had prior knowledge. Yeah, but then he was, then it was Fred West. It was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, we were just like, oh, another fan. All right, Neil. Pictures after
Fan
the
of the show.
investigation,
Pipe
please.
down, boy.
I must admit, I really like Neil.
Yeah.
Very
I feel like
friendly,
there's a-
very
Oh,
inviting.
sorry, I thought there was a butt coming. I really
No,
like Neil,
just-
but
Very friendly, very inviting, very
Yeah.
accommodating. I think.
yeah.
Oh, yes, he gave up his whole evening just to sit
Yeah.
there with us.
And
Yeah.
also,
Well, we were paying him for it. In
Oh,
fact,
no,
Yeah,
but still,
but- he
Yeah.
didn't like when it was. I think we had it till 2 in the morning, and it got
Mhm.
to 2, and we were like, "Shit, we need to like pack away." And he was just like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's no rush."
Yeah.
So it's not like he was like at 1:30. He was like, "You need to start getting ready to go now." We
Yeah.
literally
it was
went
chill.
up till 2, and then he was fine with us then packing up. Which was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was chill.
We did give him a 100% haunted artifact though, so
Yeah.
For
Right,
sure.
but-
We might give
That
him
was-
the most haunted artifact he now owns.
100%. That was the most haunted thing in that building, in my opinion.
Whoa, fuck.
Well, it was. It was pretty much the
Build
only
the
thing we got
man
any
up.
activity from.
Strike
fucking
him down.
No.
I kicked him down.
I'm not saying that the other stuff wasn't haunted. What I'm saying is the buttons was considerably giving the most activity out of all the things
Yeah.
that were happening when we were there.
That is
But that
true.
could be because we've got an attachment with it. So
No, we'll
I don't
put
know.
it down to all the other spirits who are egging buttons on.
Yeah. Fucking kill.
Go on,
Fred
go on.
West
Tell him
Yeah.
to
opening
Tell him to
buttons
kill the
is-
cats.
Go on, do the
Well,
cats,
no,
yeah.
I mean, yes, obviously buttons blow their apart, but fucking hell, Scott, you were leading the fucking charge on that one. Are you gonna kill our cat? Are you gonna kill their cats? Buttons, you're gonna kill the cats, yeah?
Even Buttons was like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ, I never said anything about the cats.
Well, I was getting, detailed on those 1,000 rods.
Just want to scare him. I'm not a monster.
Are you here with us, Buttons? Yes. Are you gonna kill the cats?
Jesus.
So,
Yeah, you never know. No, but that was brilliant. It was a fantastic part of the video.
Mm. But we also had.
So just trying to think, did we not get anything else other than
Yeah.
with buttons?
No, we got
Yeah,
the
we got-
REM
Oh!
pod went off.
the REM
Yeah,
pod
of
and the
course,
Nox.
the REM, yeah, and the Nox, and Bailey, when me and you went off and you were doing the Estes, loads of shit was happening around me. Like I heard something.
Oh,
at the
yeah.
door. One of the cameras switched off. Like there was loads of shit.
And
I think we
there's
need to go back, don't we?
There's
Yeah.
the shadow figure behind Scott when he's in the
Oh my
doorway.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Shout
That's
out,
fucking-
shit went off.
That's nuts,
yeah,
that place.
shout out to Tom, Into the Darkness, for spotting that one.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
it? It was so
I think someone in
weird.
the chat. I don't know. Well, we didn't spot it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that one, that
that's
one's
fucking
very odd.
crazy. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, I just want to
basically, yeah.
address. Sorry, someone commented on the previous episode of this. Why are we not showing clips? I do get it, but this is also an audio show, and just playing clips, I think, would just be shite. So, go back and watch them. Why not? I want
They are
to.
good.
I might set up. We also need to stream, guys. We need to do a live stream. I'm well aware. Looking at both the Asylum. I think we're basically going to talk about them here. Well, we are going to talk about them here. And obviously the Return to Ancient Remains. We need to do a live stream for that. But I also want to do a live stream, like a 24/7 Dudey Rhino type live stream, where it's just the whole playlist of investigations just streaming. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, Haprica. Okay, quite a lot of stuff happened. Lozzie's first proper one. I breathed in asbestos through a fucking gas mask.
Yes.
Nice.
That was funny. That was the gas mask bit, because I couldn't see anything. It was all fogged up.
And that was when we caught the knocks, which was
Yeah.
just fucking.
That
They
was-
were
That
so
knocking
weird,
was really odd.
isn't it?
Yeah. I must admit, I'd completely
So
forgotten about
odd.
that until
Yeah.
we said it then, and now it's like I still don't know what else that could have been, because
Yeah,
it was
it's-
like we
It
won the
certainly
third
wasn't
story.
Neil. It wasn't Neil, because we
No.
would have heard him going up and down the stairs.
But as much as I love
100%.
Neil, Neil is not a nimble man. I don't think Neil's I don't think Neil's creeping
As in,
around
like,
up the
the
stairs.
guy.
creepy
Yeah, I can't
little-
see Neil sneaking up the stairs
Yeah.
like stealthy, and then
Yeah.
sneaking
Yeah.
back down before we check.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember
So-
the things falling over in the cabinet as well. When we were just
Yeah.
in there.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I wasn't there when that happened though.
No,
Same.
I've seen it in the video.
Didn't you?
But-
But
watch it.
fucking yeah, okay, quite a lot of shit happened, I suppose.
It was a really cool
I mean,
place.
It does make
I would
sense
love to go back.
Yeah,
for it to be
If
the
it's
most
gonna happen
active
somewhere.
place.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
yeah,
the place
like-
with all the fame, but and
I'm not
also
being funny. That's probably our place with the most activity.
I don't know. I
Ooh.
might reserve that possibly for the next one. Maybe.
I think there's a
I'll-
few candidates.
It's
for
definitely
that.
a contender for sure.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely
you've got
a
the
contender.
apparition behind Scott's shoulder.
Yeah,
You've got
which
the
is
physical
weird.
knocks. You've
Physical
got an
knocks.
Estes method being quite nuts. You've got things falling over. You've got the REM pod, which has only ever gone off in this video. I know it's not ours, but it's never gone off anywhere
But
else.
we've also got, like, we can see that there was no one in there to set it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because we've got the evidence on
Mhm.
CCTV.
Yeah.
I'd say
There's
this is a
also
strong
obviously
contender.
buttons.
Yeah,
Thousand-
and
Yeah.
all the
1,000
button
rods.
stuff. Because we've got stuff on and off equipment, and
Mhm.
I think that's pretty good.
It was
Yeah.
pretty good. It was a good
Just-
investigation.
Oh, it
for
was
sure.
very solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D tier.
Not even it's not even going on the
Slide it
board.
down.
Leave it on the
Listen.
bottom.
No, I would.
Unranked.
I would give this one. Oh, that's hard because
It's
all those
tricky.
things considered, I'd still put it in A.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
But when you say those things out loud, it sounds like it should be in S. I'll tell you why it's not S. I will tell you why it's not S. This is maybe unfair. It's in too close a proximity to a pub.
Mm.
That's what I
So-
was going to say about
So,
putting it
and
in
that's
A
the
as
only
well.
the only thing that took away from that night was
And it
because
was
obviously
very
we
cold.
also like it was very cold. We also, we like to do like sit in a room in silence, see if we can hear any creaks. If you did that, you said.
There was a lot
You
of
know,
Habbo.
we were on a Saturday night or Friday. Was it Friday, Saturday? It was one of the two.
Hmm.
I get that,
Mm.
but fucking hell,
I
you know,
think
so that
I
is
think
why it's
if
in
we
A.
went back,
maybe B,
do
A.
it in a weekday,
Yeah.
Yes,
do it in a weekday, and then you can get the full sort of feel
Yeah.
for it without, because you might get a little bit of noise from next door, but you're not going to have a fucking club night in
Yeah.
a pub on a Wednesday evening.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I
But
think
we
you'll give it
couldn't
the
do
M.
like we couldn't do like EVPs or anything, unfortunately. So yeah,
No.
no, I would go for A. What do you guys think?
I would say the same.
I would say A. I think B is
A.
too harsh on it because it was.
Yeah, it
I
was
think
great.
The pub. I
Yeah.
think the pub next door doesn't bring it down enough to a B.
No, it's true. It's true. It's
No.
true.
I
But it
think
does
one
pull it
other
out of
thing
S.
that pulls it out of S is because I think the evidence alone puts it in S, but I think it's one of our only videos that doesn't have this like story arc where it kind of grows and grows and grows. It was just kind of like evidence break,
Well,
evidence break. You know what I mean?
yeah, but it does end on the buttons crescendo.
It
True.
does.
I d-
But yeah, I'd say
I,
A.
mean, I think it has to go down a tier because it's where we lost buttons,
Yeah.
and
rip.
that's emotional.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. That is
If
true.
I
we
could
lost a team
guarantee the
member.
cats wouldn't get hurt, I wish we could have kept her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
If
think
it had just threatened me and Jordan, I would have kept her, no question. But I just don't think. But you would have said the same.
there's
You
just
know what I
that
mean?
there's that slight moral thing of
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing probably would have happened, but if it did, you'd have felt
Exactly. Because,
Yeah.
you know, chances are nothing's going to happen. But there is a possibility that something could happen coincidentally.
exactly.
And then we'd forever be blaming ourselves that we didn't drop her off.
Yeah.
I love
But
the
we need to
fact
go
that
back and see
Lozzie's
it.
sitting there right now thinking nothing would have happened to your cats.
That's a
No.
question, actually. Would you, Lozzie, if it was your doll and it had threatened your cats, would you have taken the doll back?
I think if that was my doll, I'd probably be questioned by the police by now. No, I probably would have taken the doll back because I'm not a believer in it. But saying that, if something did happen to the cats, I would feel quite bad.
Yeah.
I think think from that statement alone, we're slowly breaking Lozzie down.
That's it.
Yep, slap it in A tier.
Yeah.
whereabouts at A tier.
At the end.
Yeah.
Stop fucking a bear.
Ah.
Right. I love this investigation because I expected fuck all from this place because it was a singular room. It was a lovely room. It was a very cool room. It's the most haunted room in the building and it had a 15th century wall in it, and it's where the person died. But it just blew my expectations out of the water. I thought we were going to get like a 20-minute video out of it. Instead, we got some amazing stuff on the SLS, the EMF. Anything else? Did we get? We got we got
some horrible stuff on Bailey's Estes method when he was under the bed.
Oh yeah.
When I was like, I see you.
That
Or
was
something like
rank.
coming by
Yeah.
his head, like when Lozzie poked
It's
his
like-
head under or something.
I'm with you or something. It was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
I think the coolest part about this investigation and something that really sets it apart is how I think we actually caught evidence of that stone tape theory or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
This-
so different to any other evidence that we'd ever caught. And I thought it was so cool.
This is the first one that I think there was very little interaction.
Yeah.
I think this was very much a residual haunting in that you were just watching something play out, but to the extent you could track exactly where it was playing out as it was playing out. You knew exactly where things were going to be, and you could literally just pan across and follow like things
Yeah.
around the room because it was that
Yeah.
obvious that you were watching something.
Yeah.
And all of our equipment was like crossing over. Like if you pointed the SLS to something and it was showing a figure, you put the EMF there, it will show up bright red.
Mhm.
And then you move it 2 centimeters away and it's gone. But then you like watch all of the like Estes methods and dowsing rods and all of that stuff that we did, and there's literally we're just getting nothing, and then it's that.
Was this the investigation where Jordan nearly gave Myra a heart attack when she was in her Estes method?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
'cause
yeah.
That was gonna fall off her lap, wasn't it?
Literally tried to catch the fucking.
Oh my God.
What's it called?
The spirit box.
The spirit box. And you literally had a
my
fucking
God.
heart attack.
Yeah.
Because we have an unspoken rule that you can't touch until it's time to pull out. So in my head, the only thing that could be was a ghost. And all I could feel was this fucking creepy, I don't know, in my head it was an old woman, some creepy old woman climbing up my lap. That's what I felt. And this is now proven that if we ever get evidence that strong, I'm not going to be able to handle it because that fucked me up. And even after I took the headphones off and knew it was Jordan, I still took
You were
so long
shaking.
to
You
recover.
were shaking.
Oh, it literally like
So
gives
funny.
me like PTSD whenever I think about it because it was so intense. Because in my head, without question, I just had a ghost touch my legs.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was horrible.
So funny.
Yeah, no,
I
that was
think
pure fear.
what I like the most about this investigation is that it proves that we can get like a solid content with fuck all to work
Mhm.
with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that
One
room was
room.
small, and we still got a full investigation out of it.
Yeah.
And
I
it
think
was,
that's the thing. This was the one that sort of proved it's not the location.
yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, the location has to have something.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Like
think,
this had the history of that woman.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's very much the investigation and the team that bring the
Mhm.
video together, not the location, and we're
Yeah.
just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be this like spooky, like for example 30 East Drive, where it's designed to look spooky and it's got all of this reputation around it for
Yeah.
being a spooky building. This is just a hotel. Like
Yeah.
Other people go here for a nice relaxing weekend away.
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. People don't go to the Ram and 30 East Drive to just chill out, but because everyone
Yeah.
knows what it is. But this hotel, you only know it if you know it. And that kind of added to it, because it just meant that the things that we were getting were the only things that were spooky. It wasn't trying to be spooky, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I love this investigation.
Yeah,
It
you
was
were
really,
really
really
worried
cool.
about it before
Yeah, I
we did
was.
it, weren't you?
Yeah,
You
I
were like,
was.
I
I
just
thought
don't
it
think
was.
it's going to work. And I was
No.
like,
I think
well, we'll just go.
I think on
Yeah.
paper, the idea is definitely questionable, but having
Yeah.
done this one as well, I think opened up a lot of potential future locations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because now
'Cause
that
I've-
we know from this one, hotel rooms and things like that work.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Because
of
I've
haunted
watched
hotels.
like lots of video, like Sam and Colby, for example, doing haunted hotels, and they kind of just get so many rooms rented out that they can just walk about the hallways freely. But I knew that we couldn't really do that in this like
Yeah.
small like Thetford hotel. So it was literally you're confined to the room and maybe talking to a receptionist. But
Yeah.
even
Who
that was enough.
unfortunately didn't fucking believe in ghosts.
No.
I feel like that
Obviously.
could have been a really cool bit, but
Mm.
obviously not. But
I
yeah.
think we would have been better off speaking to someone that was working the day shift, because
Yeah.
I think in order to work a night
Yeah.
shift, you
You need
probably
to
have
not
to little
believe.
be
That is
exactly.
a great point.
Yeah,
That's a great point. But
but we didn't
yeah.
want to make them think that we were filming a video or that we were going to have loads of people there, because you don't want them to think that you're going to be in there making loads of ruckus and
Yeah.
bringing out all these ghosts and stuff like that. So I guess we kind of just didn't really want to talk about it too much before we did it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And yeah, it's an interesting one. I think I'd go back.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love that episode. And
Yeah.
it's very strong. It's very strong. I'm trying to think where to put it.
This is going to get tricky now, because I think everything that we've done in 2023 has reason to be an S.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
So it's going to be, I think the top two are going to be very congested.
But we can also
Yeah.
move. We can also move things around
Mhm.
as
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing to kind of think, and it doesn't really come into effect till a bit later, is how does this compare to the second hotel?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, there's a big issue with that, which will become quite
Oh,
apparent
God.
when we get there.
Mm.
I think this is A.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think A is very solid.
I think
Yeah.
like a high B, A is a fair shout for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
I would say.
High B, quite possibly. But I think no, I don't know if this was better than Hatbricker.
I
don't
would say
think
this
it
is.
was.
I would say this is B personally.
I think this is
Yeah.
I think this is on level with the chapel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in terms of sort of the style of the video, because it's a very small location,
Yeah.
kind of got that more enclosed sort of feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give yourself a bit of like, this is the first investigation that we've done in a location this small.
Yeah.
So we didn't really know what to expect going into it. We didn't really know how to kind of play it out.
Yeah.
I would say high B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it also didn't have the interactivity, obviously, like we say, because it's residual
Yeah.
Yeah.
more than
Okay.
the actual interactive side.
Yeah, I'm happy with B. What do you think, was?
I was gonna try and fight for an A, but
Mm.
only because I feel like the size of the location compared to what we got out of it, and also Maya and Bailey had to go back and
Yep.
get
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
I didn't.
I did.
a battery. Did they have to get another battery?
Yeah, another
Something like
battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we didn't bring a spare or a charger.
Yeah.
So I feel like given those two things, I think considering the amount we got out of it, I would fight for an A. But I understand why it's in a B. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
think what we'll
difficult.
do is we'll do it as we go along, and then at the end we'll give it a quick overview of the whole thing, and maybe we can move things around as we go, but I think at the end we should maybe give it another look over as well. Right. Okay, it's in B. Right. Okay. Farmhouse Part 2. Bearing in mind Farmhouse Part 1 is in S. I mean, Farmhouse Part 2, Lozzie, you joined us.
What happened here?
We got into the basement.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh
With
yeah.
Jordan, you had to move because you was scared that the roof was going to collapse on your fucking skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rank.
Yeah, wasn't that in like
Some of
really
those-
nutty Estes method?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone said don't stand there or something like that.
Yeah, and you were like, I need to move.
Yeah.
What else did we get?
I don't think we got.
I don't think we got a lot.
I mean,
We
there was a
huge
good chunk of
amount.
trying to debunk.
yeah, which I always
yeah.
like, and I think that sets us apart. Really,
Yeah.
I think our
That's really
humor
cool.
and our debunking sets us apart. But
I can't. I think it's a not great sign that I can't remember much from this investigation. But then it's the second time that we've gone to this location, so of course it's going to be
it can
difficult.
get mixed up as well.
Yeah.
From what
Was
I
it in this
remember,
one or the first one that I killed? That we had to kill the lights because there was someone outside.
This one. It was
yeah,
my
that-
Estes method, wasn't it?
Yes, that was a scary one. That was a scary
Yeah.
part.
See, I didn't even know what was going on. I just took
No.
my headphones off and you were like, and I was like talking at full volume. It's like, what's the matter?
Oh yeah.
We saw. Was it? No, the first time we saw blood, wasn't it? The second
Yeah.
time the wall had been fucking
yeah.
kicked
Yeah,
over
that's it,
somehow.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
Well,
there,
this was-
maybe there wasn't much happened.
How
don't
long was
think
this
it
before it got
was.
burned down?
It got burnt down the night of, weirdly, the thumbnail at the far right when we were at the asylum.
Was it really the night of that?
Yeah,
Was it really?
yeah. I'm pretty sure it was the night of.
That's so sad.
Which is pretty mental because you
It's
got to think
so
if we failed to
annoying.
get in there again, I reckon we would have went and done part 3 of the farmhouse.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because
Maybe it was the day before. I know it was around that time.
I thought that got set on fire the night we were there.
So I looked into that.
Did.
I know it was a
there
different one,
there was
wasn't it?
2 arsons on the same night, and I believe that one of them was the farmhouse, and the other
Oh,
one.
it's the
So
other.
yeah, the asylum that we were in that night was like the woman's wing of the main asylum. The main
Yeah.
asylum is that huge one that's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
partially knocked down. But there's so many conspiracy
Yeah.
theories about that because it's a listed building, but they want it gone, and they've knocked down all the bits that aren't listed, and it's
Yeah.
just this one big tower in the middle that they can't legally knock down, and then it mysteriously sets on fire. So,
Yeah. Lodge, do you
Right.
remember
but
that
that was
place
the
that we
night
went
that we
to?
were there.
yeah.
That's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
On that night. That's insane. Literally, I think it was like 1 or 2 a.m. that the fire engines got there to start putting it out. So it was only a couple of hours after we finished up, which is
Yeah.
just that's
Jesus.
so insane. And it's literally like maybe what would you say, Jordan? A 2-minute walk, 3-minute walk, something like that.
Yeah.
5-minute walk, depends how fast you are.
There's allegedly tunnels connecting the buildings.
Might have been the people that I saw.
Oh my god, could have been.
Could have been.
Could have
Could have
been.
been. But anyway, farmhouse.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
anyway.
happy.
happy.
Yes, I'm
Yeah, I
later.
can't. Lozzie, can you remember anything? Because obviously you won't be mixed up from the first part.
Not really. I don't think we really. I think the thing that kind of startled us the most was when we saw like headlights pull up
Yeah.
outside and we had to kill the lights.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I think from a viewing perspective, you very much went back to this one with the intention of trying to debunk
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
the
we couldn't.
reflection. Yeah,
No.
which
And now
but
we
I
never
think that
can.
was the main focus of this investigation to an
That's
extent.
true.
Yeah.
Is it?
We tried
Is
to do
it?
a bit of Henry again, didn't we? But he weren't playing ball.
He weren't
No.
there, was he?
I'm just gonna get the ball rolling. I would say C tier for this
I
one.
was thinking C.
I
Yeah.
also was thinking C.
Jeez.
Yeah. It was a good video.
And
This is
think,
the
yeah.
problem. Like,
Again, none of
in
these are bad.
hindsight, yeah, that's the thing. In hindsight, we should have maybe split the
I
years
think-
because I think we've developed so much since pre 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But-
that this one
also
though
better.
was, even though we did like an investigation with it, we went there with the sole intention of just trying to debunk that wardrobe.
Yeah. True.
And
Mm.
you know, it was kind of like, let's debunk the wardrobe and do a little bit of paranormal stuff on the side. So I think it does.
Yeah, and
kind of
look at the
set
basement.
Yeah, and it
Mhm.
does
Oh,
set
yeah, of
itself
course.
apart from the first one because it's got a complete different narrative to it.
Yeah.
So
The
I
Estes
would
method was
say-
also sick.
yeah, I would
Yeah.
say like low B,
Mm.
high
I
C.
think I don't. It's not as good as the ones in B. I don't think.
Yeah,
No, I don't think you can put that hotel and this in the same
True.
bracket,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the second RAF visit. I don't think
Yeah.
that they can go in the same.
true.
No, I'd go C. I'd go high
C.
C, low B,
Mhm.
but let's just put it in C for complete
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah.
Yep.
C. Okay. Blacksmith Pub. This is a really interesting one. This
I
is a
loved
really
this one.
interesting one. Yeah, it
Mm.
was great, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was nice to do it with other people as well. Get them involved. They were obviously fantastic.
That was
We
Um,
really were.
having other people to sort of set up to experience things like in a
yeah.
we're going to send you, here's an Estes method, experience this for the first time.
Yeah, it was
mean, fucking-
honestly, it was the night that made us want to start the paranormal tour company. Like, it
Yeah.
was so nice and fresh to do this with other people. I absolutely loved this night.
I think the thing is we've all become quite accustomed to
Mhm.
a lot of the stuff. An Estes method doesn't necessarily get a reaction out of us just
Yeah,
when it
doesn't have
starts
the
saying
shock
things.
factor anymore.
Yeah.
Obviously, sometimes when it says specific things, it does. But on principle, we've done
Yeah.
Estes methods a lot. We know it talks. We know you hear things.
Yeah.
And the same with EMFs. We know they go off at random points unexplainably.
Mhm.
To have other people who've never experienced that and sort of experience that through their eyes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me was really exciting to just see that sort of fresh side of it again.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, what I loved about it, that obviously when we do an Estes method, like in any other place, we're like, oh, I wonder what that could mean. We've got people
Yeah. Literally
there
telling us.
that know
Yeah.
more about the area that can give us an answer and see if there is an actual genuine link there. And a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff did have a connection with things like over the road and that they knew about just from being from the area. I think it
Yeah.
added a hell of a lot to the Estes methods that we done.
Yeah.
No. 100,
And also,
100%.
like, their stories. To be honest, the stories
Yeah.
were the highlight of
Stories
the
alone,
entire
yeah,
video.
brilliant.
They
Yeah, I
were
love their
absolutely
stories.
fantastic. Like, I know that it was just coincidence that they, were there last time, or they worked there or whatever and invited us back. And the fact that they were fantastic storytellers,
Yeah.
it wasn't difficult listening to them recite the stories. It was just
Yeah.
fantastic. And they had such interesting experiences.
Yeah.
And I just think they really, really made that video.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
this
they're
video fell
fantastic.
into place, like just from an off chance, and then getting invited back, and then the experiences that we had there,
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant. And then my Estes method was pretty fucking gnarly as well in this one.
Oh yeah.
I was in
Yeah.
there for like fucking 45 minutes. Like, he just
Yeah.
left me spewing out shit.
This was the
mate.
one where I was about to pull you out and it said something, so it was like, I guess I'll just sit down instead.
Yeah, that's it. And free drinks all night, very kind of them.
Yeah.
And Owen, bless him, fucking
Still got my
shitting
charger.
himself
Just saying.
because he was Owen was terrified.
Yeah.
But
Um,
you know, you look at us when we did the Lincoln Asylum, for
absolutely.
example.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the first time you do these investigations and get involved with things like Ouija boards, when you hear all these, you know, horror stories about them,
Yeah.
it is terrifying.
And he would have grown up across the road from that place, just hearing about it constantly.
I mean, yeah, that's something that I think we'll get into in a couple time when we get on to Maya's house. But it's kind of because they had that really personal connection. You know, they lived there at one point.
Yeah.
So it's like sort of investigating somewhere where you have physically been. I think adds that extra fear element as well.
Yeah.
Because when you weren't investigating, anything could have happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Not only hearing about it, but experiencing the stuff that he's experienced there as well. Like his stories, if they happen to like, you know, when he just come down, all the glasses like smashed on the floor and that, it would shit you up, wouldn't it? Like, and then you're coming down, technically poking it with a fucking stick.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's got to still be there every day because he works there. I definitely understand why he was on the edge a little bit with it.
Yeah. No, without a doubt.
One of the things that really got me from that was the footprint they said about in the toilet. Just random wet footprint in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Just
And a
like-
supposed girl
there's
was
two,
drowned in
wasn't
a
it?
well. Yeah, it was.
Was
They
it
showed us
two?
the picture, didn't
Oh,
they?
yeah.
It was
pair
like
of footprints.
two like little girls' footprints in front of the door.
Yeah.
Right.
Horrendous. Great people, lovely people.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Would
pub.
100% go back again. And I think I mentioned this in the previous
we've been invited
video.
back to the asylum, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cameron said that he would take us back, and his sister-in-law, who's somehow connected to me, has also said that she went in there at Christmas. So it's still accessible. It still hasn't been turned into flats. So let's go.
Maybe we'll jump on it quick time.
Was this?
Yeah, definitely.
Was this the one where the cat was turned off?
Oh
Was that here?
When I went to pick it up, it was the cat ball was off, even though you can see clearly when you put
We've
it
got
down.
footage of us
on.
turning it on when we put it down, and then we come back at the
Really
end of the night and
strange.
everything's off.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
nobody's
and this
in.
is also the one where we realised that walkie-talkies set off REM
Yeah.
pods.
And to our credit, we told you.
Well,
'Cause we could have
I
rang
was
you that.
watching. There's a guy that I watch. I can't remember what his name is, but he debunks paranormal videos, you know, like explorations and stuff like that. And he said that that's quite a known thing. So I think it's really good that we figured it out on our own and addressed it, so that it's very obvious that we wouldn't do that in future. But it's it's suspected for these YouTubers where their REM pods go off constantly that that's probably what's going on.
Yeah.
Either they're doing it on purpose or don't notice that they're doing it. But we've
Yeah.
addressed it now and know
we
that
know it's a thing.
we
Yeah,
don't
we
really
did.
use the walkie-talkies that much anyway.
No,
It's
only
only
for
like
big-
when you
big
done the
locations.
solo things like
Yeah.
Good Times
Exactly.
now.
Yeah.
But the I just don't, obviously, because we do, the main reason we do this is for fun, and just to fake anything would just take away from that fun.
Exactly.
Because you just wouldn't know. You wouldn't know, you know, what's real and what's fake and shit.
That's
You know,
it.
it's like the people that have people fucking running around buildings and shit. It's like, what if they went to a location, had someone running around, hearing footsteps and shit, right? But actually, the place was haunted, and actually, it was ghost footsteps. And they're in their heads, they're just like, "Oh, it's just my mate, fucking running." around." You know what I mean? It just ruins it. I just fucking get it.
But
kind
also,
of-
like, in another breath, like, if you're faking it and faking it and faking it, and then one day you actually catch something unbelievable, one, no one is ever going to believe you, and two, it just doesn't mean anything. You know, like, if we catch something undeniable, anyone that has followed our there's still going to be people that don't believe it,
Of
that have never
course.
watched us before, but people that have followed
there'll
our
be people that
videos will know that that is real. Like,
Yeah.
everything that we have
Which is
caught.
so important.
Exactly. You know, like some of the big things that we've caught may look small on the channels that fake it because they catch these massive events that just aren't realistic.
Yeah.
But when we eventually do catch something, it's going to be so believable, and we know that people are going to believe it, which I think is worth everything that we do and not faking it 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I would
absolutely.
like to kick the blacksmith pub off by slapping it in S.
Oh.
Because I really fucking enjoyed the blacksmith pub. I thought it had such a cool sort of narrative to it. I thought it was a completely different experience for everyone involved when we went there. You know, with having other people there with us, and just the history of the pub, and adding more credibility, like jumping back to the asylum video as well. There was links between the things that we found that night and the other night. I thought it was great. I would happily put it in S there.
Yeah. I would go A. I think there was a lot of really good stuff, but I just don't know if there was enough for an S tier.
Yeah.
Like what we did have was obviously very good. We had some, I think this was where you tried scrying with the candle for the first time, Jordan.
Yes, the thumbnail.
Good point.
No, I was just saying as the thumbnail.
Fair point.
So rude.
Yeah, so it's like we tried new things, which I think makes it higher.
Yeah, and the potential, like, you know, we don't know what the future holds for the Paranormal Tours company, other than we are going to try. And this is literally like almost the birthplace of that, which is huge, or potentially huge. I don't know though.
I don't know. I'm so stuck.
This is the hardest one yet.
I could argue it could be in B, A, or S.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a B.
See, I think it's a B plus or an A minus.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know, but no, it isn't.
I think it's better than both the hotels, in my opinion.
Haven't even got to the second one yet.
I don't know.
Oh no, sorry, that's the RAF base and the hotel. Sorry, my bad. I was looking in B tier. That's not the hotel. That's the RAF base.
I'll tell you what we'll do as well at the end, just to add even more shit to do. Within the tiers, starting from left to right, left being the best within that tier.
Yeah.
So we'll actually rank within the tier.
Okay.
But it's A. I think it's A. So what we got? So I'm saying A.
I'm saying A.
A. Bailey saying S. What are you, Lozzie? What are you saying?
I'd say A.
A.
I think it for me personally,
Maya,
I think
what are you saying?
very close to S.
Close to S. Okay.
I would personally go B, but I think that lands us nicely in A.
Yeah, I'm happy to put it in A. I'm more than happy to have it in A. I think that it holds a lot that could push it into S. It does sit quite nicely in A.
Yeah. Okay.
I think if we'd have caught more stuff, it'd go in S.
I think one of the issues I have with it being an S, and this is absolutely no negative, is because we had other inexperienced people with us investigating. It meant we were sort of guiding things a little more, in terms of, you know, we were not holding their hands, but it wasn't as smooth as we've been in other investigations for that reason.
I get that.
Because we had to, you know, re-explain everything to them, walk them through how to do it.
Yeah, but at the same time, I could, like I said, you could also flip that into a massive positive, because it gave us the experience to think, oh fucking hell, we essentially did a paranormal night. That's what we did. Which shows that we can do it. But anyway, no, I get what you mean. I think that can be seen both ways, but I totally get what you mean. I do get what you mean. Right, Maya's parents' house. One of the fucking funniest moments we've ever recorded is when Maya's telling the story about how someone was launched down the stairs, and me and Lozzie just stood on the stairs like, I'm just gonna move. Like fucking, that is so fucking funny.
No, my favorite bit of that video is when you.
laugh.
Yeah, innit?
Not-
I
I'm not
go and
laughing
she
at
was
that.
kicked down the stairs, and you just go.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
it.
not laughing at that. I'm just,
Excuse me?
That's it. Oh yeah, and then I fell asleep.
That
And that
part
is when we
without
solidify.
question.
And then that's when we solidified that I was not allowed to play golf the same day we do an investigation.
And then you did it for like
And then
10
you've
more
done it
investigations.
for every other investigation, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah.
The only reason you haven't done it since is because you paused playing
I've
golf
paused
for
playing
winter.
golf for winter. Yeah.
No, I know that this isn't technically in the investigation, it's in the podcast that we filmed at the investigation, but you're literally just asleep the whole podcast. And you just wake up every now and then and just chime in and go back
Yeah.
to sleep.
Was that when you would wake up, complain about Ant-Man, and go back to sleep again?
Yeah. Literally. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly it.
So
Fucking.
funny.
Yeah, and
when you
then
were on
we're
the
doing
bed.
what? Yeah, on the bed. I can't remember what we were fucking doing, but it was
We're doing
boring
dowsing
because I
rods.
fell asleep.
Yeah, we were doing the dowsing rods and you were just like,
Yeah, I think aesthetically, your Estes method was really cool.
yeah, I hated that.
Um,
Hated it.
but yeah, it was a really cool investigation. Very very different.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot
Yeah.
of history. And since doing, I believe, since doing the cleansing, there hasn't been anything, has there?
Not literally not one piece of activity since we did the cleansing.
So
Get
it
in the
worked.
box.
Yeah.
Get in
That's
the
it.
box.
I
It's
tried.
in the
I
good
wanted to
box.
do an exorcism, didn't I? But your parents
Yeah.
politely declined, which
No,
is
I
understandable.
politely said no.
Understandable.
Oh yeah, no, you told me.
No,
Oh
the
yeah, and then I
second-
tried to antagonize it at some
Yeah.
point. And you were like, "Will you shut the fuck up?" I was like, "Well,
Yeah, you did.
she's
It was literally
possessed.
as we
She's
walked in.
possessed."
I was like, right, stop it. And then we ended up having to go to the shop so you could take a minute to cool down. Because you kept on trying to.
It's my thing.
Is that the one? Is that the one where you did
to the dead?
Is that the one where you did the demonstration of how to antagonize instead of actually antagonizing?
Yeah.
You had to try and get
I
some
was-
sort of little.
It was
thing
thing in
is,
there
if I
at
was
some
going to
point.
antagonize, I
you-
would say this.
If you watch that video,
That's when we had to go to the shop.
I am so tired to the point of delirium. I'm just delirious the whole video.
Yeah, it's
I
really
was
funny.
absolutely fucked. Because I got up to play golf at like 7 in the morning, walked like 17,000 steps, and then went and did an investigation in the evening to the early hours. Just can't be done.
We
but it
were
was
there
funny.
really late as well.
Yeah.
We were there quite late. And big shout out to Mr. Hedgehog, who took a little stroll past the window.
Oh,
when we was
yeah.
trying to
Oh, yeah.
get
The light
God,
came
didn't
on,
even
didn't it? We were
pay,
like, whoa.
shit ourselves up. Nope, just Hedgehog.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was really cute. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan. Big fan of that.
But
Hedgehog.
also, when we were filming there, your parents were having a lot of reconstruction work done to their house, and it looks really nice now.
Oh my god, yeah, their bedroom is
'Cause
stunning.
But also, the
That could
office
also be why.
downstairs.
To be fair,
Yeah.
could be why there's not a lot of activity anymore because there's been so many changes, and me and Lewis are gone,
Yeah.
No, it was us.
Mm.
so they just kind
as
of
in
moved
we-
on.
we
No,
solved
that's
the issue.
no. We got stunk out by a sage stick
Yeah,
And we put it in
I
the
think-
box.
to cleanse.
I think it was
And
a
where's the box?
possibly like a me returning situation where it was kind of just like a final conversation type thing.
Yeah.
It was
That's
kind
true.
of just like a,
Good
because I
vibe.
don't think at any point we were very like it wasn't nasty to us, and I feel like we had quite a few conversations that were quite respectful and just kind of like I wasn't scared in the investigation, I wouldn't
No.
say. So
Yeah.
overall it was good. Again, it was
Yeah.
different, and I thought
was
that it was
very
really
different.
cool.
Yeah.
We had,
Really
some
cool.
good Estes methods there.
Yeah,
Good pendulum.
yeah. The
Mhm.
pendulum was well cool.
Pendulum was really cool. Jordan loved dowsing rods moment, of course.
Yeah,
Might be
that's
the
like-
best
Fan
bit
favourite.
of investigating we've ever done.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. I really wish I'd rewatched all of these, but it would have taken so long. But before
Mm.
doing this,
Yeah, true.
right, where are we putting it? Maya, you can start. It's your
B.
house.
Mm,
B.
B. Mm,
Hey.
or C.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm not the biggest fan of this one, to be fair, but I don't know if it's just because it's my house. You know what I
it
mean?
might be.
I
As
would
an
say between C
impartial-
and B.
As an impartial viewer of this one,
Here we go.
I
I
really
hated
liked
it.
it.
D.
I would say B is a very solid place for it
Mm.
because I think it had just a lot of really interesting things. You know, it had that personal connection that a lot of them don't have,
Yeah.
Mm.
which I think keeps it above C for me.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would agree with B. Lozzie and Bailey, what do you think?
Oof.
I would be happy with B or C. To be fair, like I think it's a high end C or like a low end sort of B. So like either one of them, I think it sits nicely in. You could argue it has, reasons to be in both.
Mm.
I would say C.
You'd say C?
Yeah.
Majority rule.
I would say we're running out of space in B as well. So.
Nah, I think they double down if you go too
Oh,
much.
okay.
So it's going to C, yeah.
I would say so.
Okay. I'm happy with that. Right, now we have, views-wise, the best performing investigation we've ever done, and we didn't actually investigate. So this is part 1 of Rendlesham Forest. Now, don't get me wrong, this was fucking phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. Why did I love it? Ronnie.
What a
Ronnie,
man.
what an incredible person. What a wonderful storyteller. Gladly gave us his time. This was just me and Bailey on this one. I could listen to him talk
Honestly,
for hours and
I
hours
tell
and
you
hours.
what, Ronnie needs to be given an award for storytelling because how that man can relay information like that is phenomenal. Like he literally just knows the story of Rendlesham better than the back of his fucking hand. Names, dates, times, and plot, everything. Just boom.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal the way he told the story of Rendlesham.
Yeah, and the way that we, walked the route and stuff, it was just brilliant. It really was brilliant. It's hard. It's hard on what to.
The thing is, I was going to suggest with Rendlesham Part 1 and 2
putting them together
to combine them as one because the first one's
Yeah.
sort of like an initial backstory of Rendlesham.
That's true.
Rendlesham Forest 2 is the investigation.
Okay,
So I would say bolt
I'd say
them
that's
together
fair.
because
It's
I
fair.
don't. You can't.
Then it's
put-
S tier.
Yeah, then it's S tier.
It's S tier.
Because
It's
there's
one of
no
the best
way
things
that you
we've
could
done.
have number
It
one.
might be
in
the best
C
thing we've done as
and
two.
then part 2 in S because they need to
Exactly.
be together.
Exactly.
I thinking about it, if that was one video, that is the best thing we've ever done.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think.
It had everything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like literally everything.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
probably the most scared I've ever been on an
Perfect.
investigation. That place was fucking terrifying. Just constantly scared that you're getting chased by witches. And then Ronnie every 5 minutes telling us to turn the torches off.
And then
No,
Ronnie, every time you turn
Ronnie.
around, is just
Ronnie
fucked
can
off.
see in the dark.
He
He's
can.
Garrett.
Ronnie's just fucked off with no torch.
It's amazing. Isn't it?
Literally.
He'll
In the
he'll
wrong
fuck off.
direction, mind
Yeah,
you.
he'd fuck off
Yep.
and then just
goes.
start whistling. You're like, what was that? What the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
innit? And then the part of the forest where apparently no woman has ever come out alive. And Ronnie's like, fucking, you're in it.
Oh yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, I remember the first time we went. It was like, you guys can go in.
Yeah,
I'm
isn't
not
it?
going.
He was
Well,
like,
hang on.
yeah, you can get on it.
I don't think he liked me.
It was
He
like,
wanted me
what?
dead.
What do you mean? You can go down there. I'm not going to go any further. I was like,
Yeah, I
"Ah."
ain't going down there.
I'd argue that Rendlesham probably also had our best Estes method.
Oh,
Oh my god, yeah.
The one at the gate at the end.
Yeah. Where we were 100%
I
talking
guess-
to an alien.
Yeah,
oh,
kind of the two
yeah.
parts. We opened it up
Yeah.
starting at the gate in
Yeah,
part 2, and then finished
100%.
back at the gate
yeah.
where we
And
basically
also,
did the whole taking over the world thing.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
nuts. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. Where it literally even told us the planet that it was from. And had we not
Yeah,
had Ronnie there, he broke down so much of that stuff as well. It was so good to have him there.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that Estes
Yes,
method.
it
That
is,
was
it
so
is.
good.
Just
Yeah.
slap
Also,
them
something
both
something
in
howled at
S
us. Something
immediately.
howled
Yeah,
at us earlier.
That's what I was then thinking. Like when we were on the walk, which is what made us then start filming everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where's it gone? Oh, it's underneath. I
It was
see.
underneath. This is
Yeah,
thick.
brilliant. Now, the Maid's Head Hotel. Personally, Now, if Rendlesham Forest is the best investigation we've ever done, combined, this video is my favorite video we've ever done.
Ah.
I was worried you were going to say it was the worst we've ever done then.
No. So what I'm saying is Rendlesham's the best
Yeah.
investigation. This
Yeah.
is the best video. I fucking love this video. I think it's fucking brilliant.
It is really good.
And you
It is really
literally
good.
watch my mental state spiral into catastrophe live on camera.
Yeah.
It's
But
fucking
see,
nuts.
that,
The
and I know
moment
that
you
this is just
left,
because I care about you. I hated watching that. It was horrible. And then also having because the video cuts, but then you literally were in that state for the next day
I
or
was
two at least.
oh yeah, the next
You were
day I
fucked.
was absolutely crippled with anxiety, like you wouldn't
Yeah.
fucking believe.
Mhm.
Like you
Yeah.
would not fucking believe. And it took me about 3-4 days to get over it. It was insane. It was insane. And also, like in the video, like the video cuts because the camera dies. I then just sat on Facebook Live to have people to talk to for like 3 hours,
Yeah.
just staring into that room. And then finally, through sheer exhaustion, fell asleep for like an hour and then left because it was like 7 o'clock and then drove home so sillily, if that's a word, tired. But it was only 5 minutes down the road and I got home. But yeah, it was nuts. Even like it was weird because even after I'd done it and it was like time to leave, walking down those stairs, walking through the fucking I got lost.
It's a fucking
Walking through
labyrinth,
the
mate.
fucking hotel at that, even though it's 7 a.m, after that experience, it felt like I was almost being chased out of the fucking hotel. It was just horrific. The whole thing was fucking horrific.
Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that A, that place is haunted, and B, the stories about it are 100% true. Like that place is fucking rank.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting. And
Yeah.
it's not like it's just, the odd person here and there. Every single person that you speak to that stayed there has had an experience, and it's it's awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful.
First investigation to get a tear out of me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The first ancient ram I was close. This one,
yeah,
it was just like crippling sadness for no reason.
Oh my god.
Well, when
we had
did
breathing
what happened
on the
with that?
EVP.
I think that was during your Estes.
Was it my Estes method?
Oh yeah, when you felt something behind you as well.
Oh yeah.
It was just something during that, and then like just randomly out of nowhere, I was just like crying, and I'm like, I don't know where this has come from.
Yeah.
Wasn't there quite a sad story to do with the building about like a mother and daughter or something?
I think there was something about across the road.
Oh yeah, of course.
The plague house.
The little girl that was left
Yeah.
with her dead family.
We had the breathing on the EVP.
Yeah.
We had
one of the worst bits of evidence we've ever caught.
Yeah, absolutely
and we had,
rank.
the cat balls going off on that cabinet thing, and then just rolling to the left.
Yeah.
Because you could think like, okay, it's on the piss. Rolling to the left and then rolling all the way to the right.
Really
what
weird.
the fuck is that doing?
Yeah.
There's loads
the
of
temperature sensor thing.
Yes, the temperature sensor. When we sat at the start, when we were like, right, let's do something with like no technology, just sat in the bedroom bit in silence, and the amount of like knocks and shit.
Yeah, we put that down to the pipes, but then it just never happened.
But it was
again.
answering though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and then it stopped. Literally never happened again.
We saw. I think in hindsight, us putting that down to the pipes was incorrect.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think we should have done more to investigate it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Than we did, but I think given what we had in the room as well, putting it down to the pipes was the logical conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we can debunk too much.
Yeah.
What about the light turning on its own in the bathroom?
Yeah, in the bathroom.
Motion sensor, yeah.
Yeah. Horrible.
Just before we left, it turned on, and then we just left Jordan there.
The music box went off. I'm pretty sure.
And it just
Um,
every Estes method pretty much just targeted Scott, which was
yeah.
very
Oh,
weird.
Oh yeah, it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
7 times throughout the night.
Yeah, you were just like,
Um,
it said Scott again, because
Oh,
it got to a
fuck.
point where it
Yeah.
was just so frequent.
yeah.
There was the point where I was sat on the bed and I was on the verge of a panic attack.
Yeah, you were about to
It just
leave,
kept
weren't
saying
you?
my name, and I was like, I
Yeah,
don't know how much longer I can stay in here.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
And
like,
Lozzie
during
brought
that
us.
Estes method, I just felt so sick. It was just like the
Oh yeah.
entire Estes method, the only thing that I could concentrate on
That
was
one
how
last in the
fast I'd
bathroom.
get to the toilet.
In the bath.
Yeah, when you're in the bath, how fast I could get to the toilet, and whether or not it would end up on the video or not. That's all I was thinking the whole
Sweet.
Estes method.
Lozzie brought us 2 corkers. He brought us I'm a Ghoul Now and
Oh, yeah.
also Damnation,
Damnation.
We
which
also
has become a
witnessed
GIF.
Yeah,
we
I made
witnessed
it into a GIF. It's
Jordan's
fantastic.
5-star acting on
Yeah.
when Lozzie arrived.
Yeah.
One thing that we can take from that investigation is that we do not fake stuff, because Jordan would give it away in 0.5
What do you,
seconds.
excuse me, Maya? He has studied theatre.
Yeah.
He knows
Sure,
how
I've
to
got an
hold
He's a
himself.
theatre boy.
A-star in drama. Oh yeah, fucking looking
That's
in
getting
the loft.
revoked.
What did you
No.
say? As I
Oh,
went to
yeah.
look in the
Stick your
loft.
hand out.
Yeah, or something like that. And I was
It
like,
Is
was
anyone
like-
up there? Put your hand out.
I can't remember. It was something like that. I think it was worse.
I
I
want to say
can't
it was
remember what I said.
reach out and grab him.
Yeah,
Oh,
touch-
like that.
something like that. Yeah,
Touch his
something
hand,
like
something
that.
Grab his hand.
it was a fucking fantastic. It's S tier. I don't give a fuck. It's
Yeah,
definitely
I
S
agree.
tier. Would you agree, Loz?
Yeah, I think it, because I turned up. I don't know how much you'd already filmed.
Not
before
ahead of a
me.
lot, I don't
You
think.
you turned up about 10:30. I think 'cause you had a meal, didn't you?
Yeah, I'd say like even the stuff that happened after I turned up would have put that in S tier.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
You turned up and then we just threw you straight into an Estes method.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It was really fun as well. Like it was a really
Yeah.
fun investigation to do. I feel like
Yeah.
our sort of chemistry on camera was great on this one.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Right. Whoa. This one was the I was then going to say the most scared, but it's not true. Because the maid's head on my own is the most scared I've ever been in my life. But this was not fun. So this is the demonic asylum video.
Yeah.
Terrifying. Mainly from the perspective of our other people in here.
Always.
Fantastic location. And
fantastic Estes methods as well, and obviously
really weird.
absolutely horrifying how much it was going for you. It
Yes.
said all 4 of your possible nicknames, didn't it?
Jordan, and
George.
Hopesy?
I think it said
Jordan,
Jordan, Geordie,
Hopesy,
and Hopesy, I
Jordan,
think.
yeah.
Something like that. But
Because
yeah, it was fucking
no
nuts.
one calls you Geordie, but that is a possible nickname. I actually know my
Yeah.
brother calls you Geordie.
Yeah.
So
But-
every single possible nickname for your name.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Very odd.
And just like having to check every single room.
Yeah.
Was this
Because
the
we were-
one? Was this the one where Maya was like,
Oh yeah, you were
Unusually happy.
strangely fucking fine, like to a point of almost enjoyment. It was very eerie.
Maya
we
was
were just
walking around the
fucking
place giggling
standing
to
there.
herself,
We were
laughing
shitting
and-
ourselves. I was on fucking TikTok, mate.
Yeah, it was like, what the
Oops,
fuck?
sorry.
It was so weird.
My
So out of
theory on that
character.
is like that's what I mean. I'm not a stable person in abandoned buildings at all. They really, really shit me up.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even. I thought you were playing with your card. Then I was like, Jordan,
My
your
card?
card not is it because you had that
Bank-
card
flash
up?
the
flash
bank-
flash
I
the
thought it was your
bank
bank
card.
card. I was like,
That's my gym card.
yeah, there's no way that I could even pretend to
Yeah.
be as stable as I was. My theory is that it was because I was a woman in the woman's ward, and I don't think that I posed a threat. But I think
Yeah.
that the reason that you guys were more targeted and maybe felt more uneasy was because you are men.
Yeah, and
I
the
think
Estes
that was the
method
problem.
pointed in that direction as well.
Exactly.
I felt like I had
Um,
eyes just like drilling the back of my head the entire time we were
It was
there.
fucking shit.
Yeah.
And also, what didn't help was we scoped out the day before to make sure that we could get in, and there was 2 ladders. And then the next day we go there, there's still 1 ladder to get in. Happy days, and we find the other ladder less than 24, just over 24 hours later, in the middle of the building, which meant that in that time someone had taken that ladder and put it inside the building, which you'd think you'd probably need that to get out of the building. So it is entirely plausible, if not more likely, that there was at
Which
least someone else in that building, and probably in the attic, because every single attic hatch was open, which
Yeah.
would, because you got to think an attic will have the span of the entire building rather than the corridors. So it's just easier access to get around the building.
we did need that ladder to get out as well, didn't we? Because we
Yeah.
carried
we
it
did
from that
take
because
it.
we went back and grabbed it and then
Yeah.
took
Yeah.
it out, and then we
I
had to use it
think-
to climb over the toilet.
I think you definitely could get out without that ladder. But
Yeah.
with that ladder being there, why would you not use it?
Exactly. Because
Do you know what I
and
mean?
why
'Cause
would
you
you
just
take
would.
it?
Why would you take it inside and then not take it back to get out?
Maybe
Yeah.
take it inside to maybe
people
create
coming in.
noise if people are going to come in so you can hear them better.
That was the other thing though. Wasn't the ladder outside moved as
Thrown
well?
off to
Wasn't
the
that on the
side.
floor?
Yeah, fair enough
Yeah.
to the side. Yeah, there was a storm though, but you just never know. You just
Yeah,
I
never
don't
know.
think
exactly.
you could have got from where it was when you checked it out to where it ended up when we found it. I
Yeah.
failed to see how a storm would put it there.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
No, that is true. That is
Yeah.
true. But
I think if it
also,
was going to be there, it would just be down, not in the window anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't
exactly.
be
It literally
up
would have had to
and
lift
thrown out the side.
and
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no way.
Ghost storm.
a few days after we filmed that, I wanted some B-roll footage for when I did the history, and I went back there by myself. Admittedly, I filmed from outside, but that was fucking shit. That was proper shit.
That place has always freaked me out. It's so weird because, like, without giving the location away, it's on such a busy road. I literally used to drive past it every single day on the way
Yeah,
to
it is
work.
tucked around the corner though.
Yeah, and I just noticed on a couple of windows there was boards, and I was like, I wonder if that's abandoned.
Mm.
And then this is now like what 4 years later, 3 years later, something like that. We finally managed to go in, and it is
Yeah.
abandoned. So
Yeah, but I fucking love that. I think it is it my. I think it's. Oh, it's for the yeah. Here you go. That's my phone background.
Nice.
The shot of me at the base of stairs, which is used in the
Humble.
thumbnails. Oh, I don't give a fuck.
It's a
I
cool
create
picture.
I
It's a
create
fucking-
cool shit. So
It's a cool photo.
yeah, it is a really cool photo.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, no, it's fantastic. I also
Great
love how we were
investigation.
just like sneaking around. Like, quite admittedly, we did the Estes and that after we established or believed there was no one there. But I just love how we were sneaking around, like really cautious. And then obviously, like 10 minutes later, I'm just shouting on the stairs in an Estes method. And you guys thought I was going to fall down.
Yeah, mate, you were wobbly.
Yeah, it was weird,
Proper.
but
I
had
thought
to
you
let
was
you
literally
fall
just
for the
gonna hit
content.
And that's it. No, exactly. Right.
It's a tricky one, this
It
one, mate.
is.
This
I
a
would
tricky
love
one.
because we were also in and out in an hour. We were within an.
Somehow.
I'm pretty sure it's 55 minutes. We were in that building.
How long's the video? Because you might.
45, I think.
Yeah, so
I
you
don't think we
hardly
cut out a
I
lot.
showed basically everything of us
Yeah, there's
walking
like
around.
no cutting, is there?
Yeah.
No. And I was
think
worried
that's-
about that, but people obviously the thing is when I'm editing this sort of shit, obviously I know what happens, and I always forget about that because like where we're going around every corner, like oh, obviously I'm like, well, I know nothing's gonna fucking happen. Whereas obviously if you're watching this, you're like, holy shit, is there gonna be something
Yeah.
around the corner?
Yeah.
Or, you know, so I always forget about that. But
That's some
But
of
yeah.
my favorite parts of watching investigations is the like scoping out and just like having that
Yeah.
like dark aesthetic with like a torch. I just think that's
Yeah.
so scary.
It's
You know,
very powerful, isn't
probably
it, for
gonna pop
abandoned
out,
places?
but yeah, exactly. I think it's so good, and I think that's the beauty of abandoned investigations. To be honest, is
abandoned
that they
have
are
an edge.
uncut. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? So paid for locations are obviously safe. They have the edge on production. abandoned places have the edge on genuine fear. Like I am fucking shitting myself for the entirety of that video.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no respite, you know,
No.
even if the place is completely unhaunted, you are still like the paper mill, for example, you are still 100% at risk of coming against people. And 9 times out of 10, the kind of people that hang out in those buildings, the 1% are going to be investigators, but the rest of them are going to be on drugs or drunk or territorial. You know, they don't want you in their space filming it and catching them on camera. Or they're expecting someone to come in there and kick them out. So of course they're going to be territorial. I would be the same if I was in their position.
You are in danger 100% of the time.
Yeah,
exactly.
When you're in an abandoned place.
What are we giving this?
It's a tricky one, mate.
I am. I
don't know. I'm going to kick it off with an A.
I would say happily with an A.
The evidence, the Estes methods are they're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And that building was, I don't want to be one of those urban explorers, but the building was fucking like it was just phenomenal. Like the decay was fantastic. That stairwell, I don't.
I tell you, the only thing that put me off fully going up into that loft was the height of the ceiling, because like, and the ladder was dodgy as fuck, but like, if I fell from there, I would almost certainly break my ankle. If it was just a normal sized ceiling, I think it was like a 2.5 size ceiling, that one. If it was just a normal heighted ceiling, it'd be fine. But this is honestly the closest thing for me, possibly. Yes, this is the closest to S without being S for me.
You've got to give you credit as well. This is the first time you've ever pulled, any one of us has ever pulled ourselves out of an Estes method as well.
Oh, yeah, I pulled myself out, didn't I?
Yeah. The Estes method in that little room was so
that was
fucked.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that stops this being an S, if we had a full night's investigation in this place, and it would be probably our best video ever, which is why we 100% have to go back.
Yeah.
You guys can go. I'll edit.
So you can be recon from outside. Tell us if anyone fucking turns up.
They weren't interested in me anyway.
Lozzie, what do you think?
I agree. I think it's the closest to being an S without being one. Purely because I think you've got a lot of good evidence.
Yeah.
And also with abandoned places, this one particularly, just because of what it was and what condition it is, and the possibility that there was people there whilst you were there.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, there a few moments before you were there.
100%.
Yeah.
I would say without it being an S, it's got to be the closest to it.
Yeah. What do you think,
can't forget
Scott?
as well, Jordan, you nearly got knocked out by the pure stench of shit when opening.
Oh, yeah, when I opened that door. Yeah, that was fucking bad.
Oh, what does it smell like? Oh.
Yeah. What about you, Scott? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement. It has to be very upper of A.
Cool.
It's just, it is one of the better investigations by quite some way.
Yeah.
I tell you what is S tier.
What's that?
Is the McDonald's that we have after abandoned locations. That is like peak life. I just enjoy them so much.
The first Philly cheese stack.
Yeah.
That was my first one, and I was like,
fantastic burger.
I think I had one the night after, and then the night after that, and then the night after that. They were so good.
It was excellent. It was excellent. Oh, for sure. Right, fucking hell. Okay, Daring Woods Part 2.
Quickest one ever, D.
Right. We went so far for this one.
Yeah.
And I had 3 parts in my mind, like, of what we could do. So the first thing was we find the knife. The second thing is we set up camp and have fun camp times. And the third thing was the paranormal investigation. Well, we didn't find the knife. We couldn't start a campfire. And we got fuck all on the Estes method for the first time ever, and we lost a load of footage from the thingy. It was just chaos.
Yeah.
It was just a fuck up.
I'll
Well,
tell
not a
you what,
fuck up, but
though.
it was just. But on the silver lining, it showed that we could upload
Yeah.
It was
a
probably
disaster.
the funniest investigation
Yeah, for sure, mate.
because
When we were
I
setting up that
rewatched this one
camp-
today,
Did you?
and I was in tears of laughter about halfway through, just after you guys had set up camp. It was just like there was just hysterics.
100% the best Polaroid photo shoot we've ever
Oh
done.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Without a doubt.
That
I
is
don't know
true.
I don't know what happened at that point. We just like
We just
fell into a
laughing
fit of laughter.
for
Yeah.
no reason. It was so
It was.
funny.
I was just so fucking like, this is meant to be the Halloween special, and nothing scary's happening.
Yeah, we were laughing like
Yeah.
so much.
Oh yeah, it's quite funny. Obviously, this is in release order, but actually, we filmed the Demonic Asylum after this one to
Oh, yeah,
save
cool.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's true.
but yeah, it was very
Wait,
very funny.
Is this the first one where you were in a public place and there were definitely other people there? 'Cause
Yes.
you saw people on the way out.
Oh,
We
yeah,
saw their
cool.
camp on the way out. It was
Yeah.
fucking
So
huge.
it's the first like public
And also,
ish place.
yeah, and also we saw fucking signs up on the trees the next morning saying that like
yeah.
they do shooting in that part of the forest day and night.
Yeah. Did you not know
Yeah.
that, Maya?
Oh, did I not tell you that bit?
Failed to
Yeah.
mention that bit.
Yeah.
Jordan.
It was like
Fuck.
warning, like shooting happens day and night.
Yeah, it was bad.
I tell you
And
what,
there's
'cause
just
that
strolling
camp-
off into the darkness.
yeah, because that camp was so big for the other people, they could have been there also doing a paranormal investigation, but perhaps because there was so many of them, their energy took all of the
The
spirits
ghosts went to them.
and they just kind of like left you guys alone.
I am 100% certain they were just getting pissed.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
Like we couldn't even
With the
start a
ghost?
fire. They had a fucking bonfire.
Yeah. It's when we just went, when me and you go off on a stroll, and I was like, probably shouldn't just like stroll into their camp, should we?
Yeah, we were like
why
going
the
to
fuck
their
are we
camp to
doing
see what was
this?
going on. And they were like, yeah, this is a bad idea.
Why the
I
fuck are we
wonder,
doing
like,
this?
Imagine if one of them saw the video and they were like, "What the
Yeah, right.
fuck? What are these three creepy dudes doing lurking
Yeah.
around the woods around our camp?"
That is the
Yeah.
thing. Like we could have
They
really
had no
fucked
idea
with
you
them.
were
Maybe
there.
that's where we should have taken the video. We should have fucked
should
with
have
them.
done it. Nah, they're
Yeah.
probably murderers, mate. They would have
Maybe
killed
they're
us.
the
probably.
shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'll tell you
Ro-
what, though, I did have a fantastic night's sleep.
You did, and you were outside.
That was
But
great.
you did have a
mate.
-15 graded sleeping bag.
I was toasty warm, very comfortable, completely dry.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
That's
Lozzie, on the
funny.
other hand, was frozen
Yeah.
And wet.
and wet.
You got really ill after that, didn't you, Lozzie?
Yeah, I was not feeling very good after like a good few days afterwards.
I think that's actually why you couldn't come to the asylum, was because you were still ill.
Probably.
Yeah, I
think.
think something like that. Yeah. Well, we tried, and let me tell you, we fucking went far for it. So
Yeah.
we tried.
We will go
but yeah,
back
I think
to-
it's unanimously D.
Yeah,
I
I
think
would
we'll go-
quite happily put it in C, mate, because I had a really fun time. I
That's
thought
fair.
it was really fun. It was hilarious. It was such a fun time.
Yeah, but as some of those comments tell us, mate, paranormal investigations are not meant to be fun or funny because you're
Ugh.
disrespecting the dead.
There weren't any fucking dead
How-
there, so it was actually just a
Fucking
How
right.
camping video.
Yeah,
dare
innit?
Not a
you?
paranormal investigation. It's a fucking camping video. Oh, stick it in this.
But also, if you don't like us laughing in investigations, go fuck yourself and watch someone
Yeah,
else.
go
Right.
watch someone else. Go watch someone that fakes it then.
Yeah, exactly.
it.
So this next one, again, we went so far, and only
I
me
don't
and
even-
Bailey could fucking do the investigation.
I don't
what
even think I could
investigation it
talk about
was.
this.
So we went very, very far, and we tried to get into a haunted, abandoned, like fucking £5 million mansion or some shit, and we found
Which-
it.
I would like to just add, as a prefix, me and Lozzie spent about 6
True.
to 7 hours on Google Earth after a podcast one
True.
night trying to find this location. And
till like
when
3
we
in the
finally
morning.
found it, we then planned to go. Continue.
Thank you so much, guys, by the way, because that
Yeah,
was a
wasted.
massive effort. Well, was it though?
No.
Yes.
No, it
So
wasn't.
but it was also, there was like a fucking rainstorm like the day before or some shit. So, and we had to get through a lot of foliage, and I'm talking thick fucking foliage to get to this place.
Well, we
And
walked.
it was like underwater.
Yeah,
So we
it
got
was
absolutely fucking soaked.
I had
just
my
to
knee
get
highs on, so I
to
was fine.
You did.
just to get to the gate, which we did not know was there. The gate, which was, I would say, less than a quarter away from the building. So we had to go across the road, through an hour's worth of foliage, fucking stinging nettles, spikes, puddles, bushes,
Fences.
everything. We
Yeah.
then get to a fence after, I would say, 45 minutes to an hour. We
Yeah.
weren't even a quarter of the way there. So
Yeah.
even if we could have got through that
And it
fence,
was dark.
which we could
Yeah.
have probably got through the fence had the storm not had happened. But because the
Yeah.
storm had happened, it was like up a hill.
Knee-high water.
Yeah, literally knee-high water. And because it was up a hill, where the gate had been lifted,
There's a little
it
stream,
had
wasn't
created a
there?
stream. So
Yeah.
if we'd have gone under that gate, which we could have fit under, we would have all been
Horrendous.
so soaked.
Yeah. I went
Yeah.
on a little stroll down the side of the fence because I had my knee highs on, so I could, traverse the wet a little bit better. But fucking, there was no other way in other than that. So that has to be the way we found it. And has to be the way
Yeah.
the
There
storm
was
fucked
one
it.
bit. Lozzie, I turned around and I had my torch on. Lozzie walks behind me. And he like goes to lean on a tree, and this whole foot goes like this far into a puddle. I was like, "Are you
Oh,
okay,
no.
Lozzie?"
The 100% trench foot.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So
On that
that's-
note, fucking Jordan took
Oh,
his
yeah.
shoes off in the car.
Oh,
And
yeah.
And I
We-
took my
I kept-
socks off because they were soaked. So
You're
let me
so
sorry,
wet.
Maya, let me just fill this bit of information in. So
Yeah,
so I
sorry.
took my shoes
Jumping
off, I
ahead.
took my socks off. And this was after we got back to the car, like mission failed. We've come all the way. I think it was like Kent or somewhere. It was similar to where Darren Woods is. And it's like,
4
right,
hours.
we're just gonna have to fuck. We tried one other place. It was literally round the corner from a police station. So we thought best not.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
we were on the way back. I'd checked out. I'd tried to get to sleep and heat my dry my shoes out and shit. And then was it Bailey? Was it you that found this place?
There's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just randomly found this fucking place. So we went there, scoped
No,
it out.
literally. Sorry, can I just jump in here?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, we found this place. Might take the next exit immediately, which is
Yes.
like 0.1 miles away. Just cut across traffic. We need to get off this next
Yeah.
exit to get to it.
On a
Yeah.
4-lane motorway, I was like,
Yeah,
You're never
Yeah,
going to
'cause it was
find
off the
anywhere this
M25,
quick.
wasn't
I was
it?
like, Dears, I found it. Let's go.
yeah.
and are
And-
you, Jordan? Because you had a golf competition the next day. You were like, "This is
Oh,
our last. This is our
yeah.
last chance. We have to get home."
Once,
And I was like, just give us
golf for the
one more chance.
investigations.
Fun fact: I then played so fucking badly the next day. That's I revoked my membership that day. That's when I was like, I'm quitting for winter. I'm taking 3 months off. So
Jesus.
so yeah. But anyway, so we got to this place and it was like, right, it's a bit hard to get into. Maya can't get in
firstly,
there. Lozzie
sorry,
can't get in there.
we had to drive through that. What we initially thought was it, because we thought that
Yeah.
it had been converted into like a care home type thing.
Mhm.
But it was like 1, 2 in the morning at this point, and there was
Yeah,
like
just a random guy.
there was just like this guy just sitting outside,
Yeah.
like this really
Oh,
old guy
yeah.
just sitting
Fucking
outside by himself.
sketchy as fuck.
And then because it was like a U shape, so we drove past him and then couldn't find anything, and then U turned and he was just gone. We were like,
Ugh,
yeah,
ghost.
fuck.
scary. Fucking
And then looked on
scary.
Any
Google Maps
ghosts?
and found
around the
this
other
like
side.
this building that just looked abandoned from Google
Yeah,
Earth. So we just
that was
decided
it.
to go check it out.
What a
That was it.
fucking building. So yeah, so we got there and I was like, right, so we are doing a video. Fucking great.
Get your
Okay.
soggy
Starting at
socks
2
on.
a.m.
I'm not putting my fucking socks back on, so I just put my wet walking boots onto my bare feet. And so then to skip the investigation for a second, I then left those shoes in the car and they
For weeks.
fucking hummed.
I kept
anyway.
getting in the car and I was like, there's something
Yeah,
rotten in the
something
car bin.
has
I
died
was
in
like,
this car.
literally, that I'm gonna have to put the car bin in the bin. And then
Just
I
his
saw Jordan's
feet.
boots on the floor and I just put them up to my
Yeah,
nose and I
'cause
just went,
I sweating in them. Yeah, horrendous.
No.
Actually, genuinely horrendous. But yeah, so anyway,
It's so
me and
hard.
Bailey got in there and we were like,
Had
fuck
to
it,
sell the car.
we're just gonna do this. We're just
You
gonna
think I'm
deal with
joking? The
Bailey. We were
car's gone.
like, yeah, the car is now gone. But yeah, we were like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make do what we can. Mara and Lozzie kindly waited outside in the car. They didn't you drive off for a bit? Didn't you like go scope around the area or some shit?
Yeah, well, we figured that was one part, and then we looked at how big the building was on Google Earth, and figured that if we just climbed through some more bushes, that we might be able to get through. And I literally just walked off.
Well, there
Like we
was
walked
another entrance.
around it, and I tried to have a look, through the bushes on the front of the building towards where we'd parked the car.
Yeah.
I just couldn't be bothered to go through any more bushes. I
I'm
was
pretty
just so done.
sure round to the right, we went round the left, didn't we? Round to the
Yeah.
right, through those bushes, there was a ground level window,
Yeah.
wasn't there, Bailey, that was just
Yeah.
open?
I could tell that there
Um,
was an entrance there because there was clearly a path where people had gone through the bushes, but I
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
I was just so sick of just having thorns in my skin. I was just like, I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
gonna
my
let
joggers were
you two.
caned in thorns.
Honestly, I
Honestly,
was just my
Shite.
skin was just in so much pain from just
Yeah.
being ripped to shreds for
And walking
hours.
in like soggy.
Exactly. And
Well,
by
yeah.
this point, you guys had been inside for like half an hour anyway. I was like, fuck it,
3 minutes
you
to
guys.
us.
Yeah,
it was literally
exactly.
3 minutes to us. At this
was a
point,
time
we hadn't
capsule,
even
wasn't it?
pressed record.
Yeah. But no, it was I fucking love this place. I think this place was fucking epic. What an absolute awesome find. When we saw once again, just like the previous asylum, the filing cabinet underneath the attic space, but then we looked on top of the filing cabinet and could see in the dust footprints. So, i.e., someone had stood up there to fucking go up there. But yeah, the fucking dripping noise, the just the aesthetics of the location itself. I mean, look, it's that is the corridor in the thumbnail. That is the corridor. Obviously, there's not a grudge girl at the end of it. There might have been. We just didn't see her. But yeah, like you can just see it's all peeling off the walls and stuff. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
We Bailey, you thought you heard a voice, and it's
Yes, I
picked
did.
up in the video.
I did hear a voice, mate, and it was
There was a
fucking
voice
grim.
through the fucking up the stairs bit. That bit of the stairs that was just like decayed and non-existent, which was very silly of us to go up, but you got to do it. Yeah, I fucking love this location. This location was fucking epic.
This abandoned building, like normally when you kind of like you go do your walk around,
Yeah,
you kind of become a little bit accustomed to your surroundings. Like, so you're going back to the haunted asylum. It's a little bit sketchy when you get in there, but yeah, you're all right. The fucking demonic one is like, okay, I feel like I'm being watched, but I am pretty calm. This one, I never felt calm at all. I always felt on edge.
Shit. I'll tell you what also doesn't help.
We weren't alone.
Yeah, it's how hard you have to do like a fucking pull up, fucking pipe.
Hand out the window on the pipe, pull
to
yourself
fucking
up and swing
get
through.
out, like which
But
never
also,
helps.
in the car park, which is just part of the abandoned building, there was another car there.
There was.
Yeah. And also the place was literally falling apart. I went to walk into a room and my foot went through the floor, which is just fucking crazy. And it looked like the ceilings were going to collapse. That was the ground floor. And we went in that room. I was like, oh, it looks like the ceiling's going to collapse. We probably shouldn't go upstairs. They just completely forgot and went upstairs.
Smashed
but
it.
Yeah, your Estes was fucking horrendous.
You said you heard a bang.
Yeah.
In my
Estes. Yeah. Disgusting. The EMF was going off crazy. I fucking love this episode. I love this.
Threatened
this
with violence.
You did. You did.
I will spark out a ghost if he does it again. Trust me.
The time loss was very weird as well.
I could have sworn we were in there 30, 45 minutes, and you've been in there 2 hours.
What? I was literally.
There is
you
not
literally
chance.
when we FaceTimed you. You were like, yeah, literally just got a couple more things to do and then we'll be done.
Admittedly, we had two.
And then literally an hour went past and I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
How could you not get... We could have died!
I was just getting angry. Me and Lozzie were having...
about that. I told you for 10 minutes. We've been an hour and you were just like, what the fuck are these two doing?
I trust you guys to fend for yourselves. Me and Lozzie can't get in there and find
the floor?
What are we going to
do? Fight the fucking floorboards, mate. Don't let me down.
No, me and Lozzie were having a great time because not only were we having revelations about the place that we tried to get into, because obviously we found out all about the Russian oligarchs and the person that was assassinated in that place and all that stuff.
Jeez.
The
We're
mansion.
also having some really, really cool, riveting conversations about cyclists and stuff like that.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Runners.
Yeah, runners that wear like full lycra. That was a good chat.
Yeah.
Should have filmed it.
I know. I did say I asked you guys to film it because I was going to sort of like bounce back and forth a bit.
I
like
don't think it would have worked.
Well,
And
you gotta
I think
about...
in hindsight, I wish we had, because they were fucking hilarious conversations.
Or even the thing is with that sort of stuff, you can even do it for Patreon. Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
But like you got to think about, like we'll talk about it in a second. The Ancient Ram Inn. You know, when me and Bailey like upstairs setting up your thing,
mate,
and then it's
so
cutting back to
funny.
you and Scott. Like, it's just so funny. It's just so funny. Is that a Bible? Like, it's just so funny.
I was so angry.
But yeah, right. Go on, Bailey.
Before this, like, I will still not believe that we was in that place longer than we was in the demonic asylum. I just don't.
Twice as long.
Double the time.
Yeah,
twice as long.
It's just not. It doesn't compute, mate. It just doesn't sit right with me.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird as fuck. Right, what we giving this one?
Oh, it's tricky.
What is it?
I'll let you guys rate it first, because you guys were there.
I really
Fear factor wise, mate.
Oh, A.
Fear factor wise, it's fucking up there, mate.
Yeah.
It was up there. Like, when Jordan was doing his Esters, it said behind me, I was like, I'm not fucking turning around, mate. Like, I'm fucking dead ass locked on what you're doing. I ain't looking behind me, but like, fuck that.
Yeah.
But,
I think this is A. I really
I'm
do.
happy with an A. It was
What do you
fucking
guys
terrifying.
think? It was horrendous. What do you guys think? Loz?
I'll go A.
A. Scott?
Yeah, A.
Yeah.
Maya?
I'd put it in D, just because of how fucking far out to drive. Honestly, we left at like what, 3:00?
Yeah.
And got home at 3:00, and I didn't go in a building.
Oh, it's tragic.
Should have given you a
Easy.
boost. Right, guys, continue. I'm gonna have my headphones on. Right, actually, do you know what I'm gonna do? Right, this will affect the audio quality. Okay, everyone at home.
Oh no.
Actually, no, because I'm gonna go to the toilet. But so no, I was gonna activate this mic, and I was gonna continue talking to you
while
I'm
you
not
were
gonna do that.
weeing.
Don't do that.
While I was pooing. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm still gonna listen though. I'll be as fast as I can. But yeah, continue. Don't stop the pod for me. Ancient Ram in part 2. This is obviously sorry.
Why don't we just take a break?
No, because Lozzy's got edit. That's tricky. So we've got.
I mean, I could just.
You just pause it.
Yeah, all right, we'll pause it. All right, well, keep all this in, but we'll be back in a second. Right, we're back. If you want to hear what happened in that break, become a patron, support the pod for just as little as £1 a month. Right. Okay. Ancient Ram Inn, Return to Ancient Ram Inn, part 1, part 2. It's in D just for visual purposes right now, so we can see everything. We're not actually putting it in D unless we do.
We're not.
Okay. What are we thinking? How do we even tackle this? Let's just go for the night itself.
Mm-hmm.
How do we find it other than
it was a bit chilly,
cold?
Yeah,
cold. It's so annoying, because the only thing that I can remember immediately about this is how cold I was.
Yeah.
I honestly, I cannot explain how cold it was. I'm surprised I didn't get ill.
Somehow,
yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I think it's deeply affected my immune system, though.
I
long
term. She had to have a cuddle on the sofa.
I did think Bailey was going to die if we stayed in the room upstairs.
It's because all the windows aren't fully attached.
Yeah. All the windows have gaps in them.
And you can't get under the bed, even though that would have been worse, because that was the worst part for me, was laying on the cold bed. It was so. Oh my god, it was so awful.
The worst part of this video for me is when we went to bed. I closed my eyes, thought I'd been asleep, looked at my phone for the time, and it had been 7 minutes. It had been 7 minutes, and I thought, this is gonna suck.
Yeah. The worst part,
honestly.
Oh man,
the worst part of the sleep part for me was I was nice and warm in my sleeping bag. I was actually quite toasty, but I looked over and I could see Bailey shivering on the other bed,
No.
It
like
was so
going
bad.
pale. And I thought, I'm going to need to do something here
I
because
had
he
to
isn't
take
going to
my
survive.
arms out my sleeves to cuddle myself. It was
No.
so
my
cold.
word,
I
yeah,
was
It was
like,
so
this is
bad.
horrific.
I slept for about 4 hours, I think.
Yeah, you did. The second your head hit the pillow, fell asleep. I was like,
That's it.
sick. I'm going to share a bed / room with Jordan because I'm basing this on the maid's head when you didn't sleep a wink. So I was like, at least I'm gonna have someone that's sitting up with me. No, second your head hit the pillow, you fell asleep.
Should have come join
After
us in the other room.
making that awful thing about the head popping over the
Oh yeah,
um
the Estes.
and
Yeah,
I was on that side. So
Yeah.
I literally, every time I closed my eyes, I was like, when I open them again, there's going to be someone, a witch, looking over at me.
yeah.
So instead, what I did was
Thank you.
watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I watched
Nice.
2 full seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine while we slept. I then, to try and keep warm, the only thing that I bought was a blanket that wasn't as long as my body. So at all times, there was a part of my body that was out of it. And I decided that I needed to put my head underneath the blanket and breathe out of my mouth to create heat under the blanket. Turns
big.
out that is literally the worst thing that you can do if you're cold, because you make condensation on your face, which then makes you colder because you're then wet.
Yeah.
So I was making myself more cold while having my feet out of the blanket in the room with the witch.
Yeah. It weren't good.
Which ironically isn't the witch's room.
No, it's the bishop's room.
No, they kind of feed over.
Yeah.
So I mean, during
Did
the
we-
night while we
Did
were
we
laid
get
there,
anything?
there was definitely stuff.
Yeah.
Annoyingly,
Oh,
during
we
the
got
night
the
when
knock.
we were laid in the witch's room,
Yeah.
and there was definitely movement outside, like
Oh.
in
Oh,
the
yes.
in the corridor
Yeah,
between the
yeah.
rooms we were in, and we put it down to being you guys getting up, going toilet or something.
I think we did the same.
But we since found out it was not, because
Yeah.
I think I asked Maya in the morning, and she was like, "We got up and went toilet, but about 4 hours in."
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
like, we heard this like half an hour in while trying to get to sleep initially.
Yeah.
Which
Mm,
I
there was
thought was
strange.
like 6 hours after going to sleep. Wasn't.
Yeah. But it was
Yeah.
like, we weren't filming because we were trying to sleep.
Yeah. We should have put a REM pod out there.
No, because I think if that had gone off while I was trying
Well,
to
I'd have
sleep,
fucking I just dived out the window.
yeah, I'd have been done.
Which, to be fair, it's so sunk into the ground. It's literally ground level. But
Yeah.
Jump out the
It
window,
is
just
from that
splat
window, to be fair.
immediately.
Not on our end, it weren't. It was literally
Yeah.
still the high window.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
street
no.
makes no sense. Your window was ground level. Ours was like a 3rd-story building.
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
And you're on the
but
same floor.
oh,
Yeah,
those,
that's weird.
honestly, those roads leading to the realm,
yeah.
that's just terrible. They're literally like,
Filmed
you've
all.
got like this much fucking room either side of the car, and it's just a vertical drop on the
Yeah.
hill with nothing either side of you. It was
Yeah.
awful.
I did film all that leading up to the thing. I could post that on Patreon if you
Yeah,
guys
I
want to see
would.
that. Let us know. Yeah.
Secret Satan was good.
Secret Satan was awesome.
Secret Satan was sick.
fantastic.
Yeah, and we'll
Yeah.
definitely
Satan was
utilize
good.
that going forwards. Obviously, not
Yeah.
under the guise of Secret Satan, but challenges and stuff. I was actually thinking to make it more fun for myself. Although this is quite tricky because they could be. Basically, I had the idea of coming up with a shit ton of challenges, and then having like a jar, and then we pick them out. So, like, rather than me knowing that I will have which one I will have.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Based on it being the last one, it would just be a random one, but they have to all be applicable to, which probably isn't that hard, to be honest.
No.
Because you've got to look at, all right, so we could have, like, rather than the attic, we could have a challenge that was like spend 15 minutes alone in the scariest room in the building.
You could amend
Scrying, yeah, scrying is just, well, is there a mirror somewhere?
I've got my
Elf
tiny
on the
little
Shelf.
ball. Fine.
There you go. That's it. Elf on the Shelf, we can just do anywhere, although we won't use an elf. We'll just like fucking put like an artifact somewhere.
Haunted
We'll do the
doll on the shelf.
walkie-talkie.
Go get the
Yeah.
haunted doll.
Yeah, and
Man
then
on the
Scott's
Shelf.
one, which we will amend. Scott, I don't know if you listened to the pod the other day. Basically, you have an option of 2 hours, but I do feel like every 15 minutes you should move room. 2 hours or 1 hour, but the rest of the team can select at any point where you stay and for how long. So it's like you can stay in here for 2 hours and wander about to your own leisure, or you can half it, but you're at the mercy of everyone else, which is an interesting
Also,
an
as well,
interesting
with
challenge.
that, it's quite interactive because you guys in the comments could put some suggestions of challenges as well that we could then take
Yeah,
on board.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah.
So yeah, get them in.
Yeah. So we
It
had
was a good investigation.
Yeah,
It's just
for sure.
so difficult to remember it because I was so cold.
I think the cold tainted it so much. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think it touches Ancient Ram in one.
No.
I
Not at
think
all.
it also suffers from the same problem that the Farmhouse Part 2 did,
Yeah.
to an extent, in that we had to go in and we had to try and debunk things.
I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, see, I see that as a positive.
I
No,
don't-
it's a
really
positive.
good.
It definitely is a positive.
Because
it-
in this video, we categorically confirmed that
No
the
one else
mirror
is there.
was there
And
was
the
no
mirror, yeah.
question. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we confirmed that there was no way that someone else could have been there, and we confirmed that the mirror was 100% legit.
Yeah.
And I think that is fantastic.
I mean, we all had a great time still. We didn't get as much evidence as the first one. We still, I think, is a fantastic video still with how it's all put together and what we did and that.
Yeah.
It's just, I think the fear comes through a lot more in the first one because there's a lot of time difference between the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
And the fear is just not there as much as it was in the first one. And I think the fear in the first one bumps it up so much.
Yeah.
Compared to the second
And like
one.
the first time doing the fucking Estes method and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and just
I
hearing
think
it's-
like the
and we got
problem
some
with this
fucking
one.
mental shit.
Yeah. I think the problem with this video is it was never going to compare to the first time. And
unless we call like an actual ghost, it was never going
Yeah.
to
it was mental.
I think if we took this video in isolation and we'd never been there before, I think we would rate it a lot higher than we are rating it currently, because we're comparing it to how good one of our strongest pieces of evidence ever is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. Which is
And
why,
we
if
just
you
weren't-
look as well, the first RAF base is higher than the second RAF base.
Yeah.
The first farmhouse is higher than the second farmhouse.
Yeah.
So basically, don't go back.
Not don't
Secret
go
Chapel
back, but
video's
are we-
fucked.
No, not only don't go back, but maybe we shouldn't be comparing them to the counterpart of it.
It needs
Yeah.
to be
You
a
know
fresh
what I mean?
investigation.
It needs to be kind of like, if we're rating these, we need to rate it specifically on itself rather than what we got last time compared to this time.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
true.
Because we're always saying
And
there's
also-
always something we're going back to. Right,
Yeah.
and that, you know, I think we need to kind of be like,
And like,
its own video.
this is another thing, is like, people watching this from fresh are seeing the same level of scared in a video as before, if you know what I mean. Like, their level of fear is going to be the same, whereas we're comparing a video from when we first started and we were scared of everything to a video where we didn't feel that scared. So it's so biased rating this investigation because we were less scared. If you actually look at the fact of the amount of evidence that we caught compared to the first time, we caught way more stuff this time. Not something as big, but we caught way more stuff in isolation. That if we'd have had all of this stuff happen when we went the first time, it would have been insane. But because we're so, like, I don't want to say numb to it, but used to the amount of stuff that we're getting now, we didn't feel as scared when we were getting it. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't a good investigation. It just means that we weren't as scared.
Absolutely not.
I think,
it's true.
I think part of that, like, we got fresh evidence of things we've not really, like, EVPs. We caught
that
an
EVP, even though you guys laughed at me, that was fucking. If you, I know now we're not in the laughy like, you know, got the laugh bug or whatever mode. No, I'll be serious though. Is if you think about that in isolation,
that's great.
I went, I made the noise, pat, 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 and it literally went pat afterwards. That's
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's weird. It's really weird when it records something
It's
you
crazy.
don't hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because like, we're in
weird.
the
Yeah.
room. If something had patted,
We
we'd
would've-
have heard it.
Yeah.
100%.
It's so odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
So
weird.
odd.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Also,
But yeah,
I reflected on my entire life at one point when you said you were going to Tesco.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that as well. Yeah,
My
That was
entire
rude.
life
That was
I'm not gonna
nasty.
lie, Scott. I'm not sorry because it was fucking so funny. If we
It was worth it
did
in
go,
the
if
end.
we did go, then yes, I would feel
That would have been
terrible, but
horrible.
we didn't
Yeah.
go, so I
Yeah.
don't have no need to
Yeah.
feel bad for it because it was
Also,
fucking funny.
The Estes method that we did at the end, where we were potentially speaking with John, that was
Yes.
pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
It's very, very, very interesting.
that was so good to watch back because obviously I was the one
Yeah.
like, in it, so I had no idea what the fuck you guys had heard. So
Yeah.
listening on like seeing it back was really cool
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
The
one.
double Estes method was also sick. My
Yeah.
Estes method was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
the
it's true.
the double
really good
Estes
show.
method worked well.
Yeah,
I think
really
a
Also,
lot
well.
of people liked watching that as well.
Yeah, your Polaroid. Mine was fucking sick as well.
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah,
there.
with the little black dot behind my head as well.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
very
that
weird.
one. Yeah. It's in the shit. It's in the center of the bed. But yeah, there's me fucking freezing.
That's what I had to sleep in, and I'm not even kidding. It was like this much too short for my body, so I was just cold
The
all the
walking
time.
Estes method. Is there anything else?
Didn't make the cut.
Bailey,
What's that one?
you
What am I doing?
in a sleeping bag.
Ah, nice.
But yeah,
What did you
What
think
do
of
we
that one,
think?
Ross?
I think I do think as like it's always going to be in the shadow of the first. I think
Yeah.
everyone said that.
It's
But
tricky, isn't
I
it?
think if you take away that, I do think it is quite a strong
Mm.
part. It is
Yeah.
technically part 2 and part 3, but it's
It
part
is.
1 and part 2.
Mm.
But yeah, if you take them together, I do think I would at least put that a strong A.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I would
think,
probably
yeah.
put it in A.
Also changed the music on the intro, which is sick.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
say, honestly,
The new entry is
such an
really good.
improvement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
massively. But that is
Um,
something that I will miss is occasionally hearing that in someone else's video, and I'm like, oh my god,
ding, da, ding, da,
it's the
ding.
theme song.
Yeah, it's on Epidemic Sound. It is Mary Riddle. I think it's something by Mary Riddle. Anyway,
But yeah,
yeah,
I would agree with A.
I think
I'm
A.
happy with A.
yeah. B.
Cool.
A. Yeah. Right. Okay. Shit. A couple of things I forgot to do. Do we do the Patreon question? Yeah, we've got to. But first, before we do that, while I find a Patreon question, right? Okay, let's quickly go through this. Okay,
Are we
we're
gonna
gonna put
rank
them in
these?
order.
Start from the
Nice.
bottom, work up.
Right. I think we have to put Cold Christmas as last.
Yeah,
Because it was
agreed.
just the audio and all the rest of it. At least with Derek Woods, like you said, Bailey, you had a fantastic time.
It was
We all
so
had a
funny,
great, it was
mate.
really funny.
Yeah,
Right,
I would say
so-
that was closer to C anyway. So
Yeah.
okay,
So
that's fair.
just because we're coming up to the 2 hour mark, I want to blitz through this. Okay, so C again, left to right. So we have the abandoned paper mill. We have Farmhouse Part 2 and Cleanse This House.
I would say swap paper mill and cleanse this house.
That is
Yeah.
exactly what I was
That's what I was
thinking.
thinking.
I know I don't mean to make this any longer, but I would almost put Paper Mill in D tier. I think that Daring Woods is better than the Paper Mill video, personally.
I
Really?
think you're right.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll swap them two around then.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say put it in fucking C.
I
That's
said
what's
put
going
it
to
in
be.
C. I said put
Yeah.
it in C. It's funny.
Put it in. Okay,
It was
yeah,
an
I
entertaining
think that's
video,
fair.
basically.
It was a
Right,
funny
these days.
video.
Entertaining video.
It was. Yeah, I think that's fair. And I'm happy with that order.
I
Okay.
think okay.
Are you happy with that, Scott? You don't sound
Yeah.
it.
No, I'm
You
good
are?
with that. Mhm.
Okay. Everyone else
Sure.
good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Loz, are you good with that?
I'll withhold my judgment.
No, go on, what's
Oh,
happened? Do you like the paper mill video? I like the paper mill
I
video.
don't know why we've just put Darren Woods in C.
Because
Yeah,
it was
me neither, to
fucking
be
yeah.
funny,
Put
mate.
it back in D.
No.
There you go.
There
Right.
we
I think
go.
that's
Right,
the
okay.
right
Yeah.
order.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Right. B, we have the Roman fort, the secret chapel. What the fuck is that one? Part
RAF
2
2.
of the RAF base, and the first
Hotel
room. Okay. Personally, I would go from best to worst in there. I would go hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hotel Roman Fort Secret Chapel, RAF 2.
Happy.
Mm.
I think that's solid.
Myers not.
I would put RAF above Secret Chapel, personally.
But look at the thumbnail. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but I think there was room for improvement with that Secret Chapel video. I think when we go
And we were
back,
using
I think it's going to
necrophonic.
be
Yeah,
exactly.
go on,
I
swap
think
it.
when we go back to Secret Chapel, it's going to be so good
It's going to be an
Yeah.
SD.
because that
Get
place
the-
is
get the drone.
unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair.
and we
We've
refound the
been-
Alright.
location, so
Can
we
I
are
just
definitely going
say,
back.
we've been saying get the drone since Ancient Ramming 1.
Yeah,
Right.
didn't you
Never
get a drone
used
for
it.
Christmas 2 years ago?
You had the drone at Ancient Ram
you
in
had
one
the
and couldn't
drone
work
there,
out how
you
to
didn't
fly
use
it.
So it's currently, I needed something to prop up the Wi-Fi router. And it's doing a great job.
Fuck off.
No, it's the case. It's the
Just
case.
hovering with the Wi-Fi router on top of
Yeah.
it.
The most expensive.
Every time your
router.
Wi-Fi goes down, it's because the drone's run out of
He's
battery.
using a drone as a fucking router stand.
No, the case, please.
The case. Is the drone in the case?
I don't know. I don't.
It's got
No.
to be the saddest
Okay.
use for a drone.
Yeah. Right. Come on
Okay,
now. A.
yep.
So we really saying Secret Chapel's the worst of B? Okay. I guess B isn't bad though, is it? To be fair,
No,
that's the
No.
thing.
B's
Even
ve-
D
yeah.
isn't bad, but yeah.
B's
Anyway,
for
right.
Bravo.
Okay. A. Now we're getting. This is gonna be fucking
This
hard.
is tricky.
Okay.
Yeah, in it.
A. I would personally go. I think the top one is right. I think that's bang on.
Yeah.
It's a demonic asylum. I would go Oh fuck, this is hard. I would go demonic asylum, then the epilepsy hospital, then the
RAF base.
RAF Part 1, then Ancient Ramin, Haprica, Blacksmith, Daring Woods.
I don't know if I can put the Ancient Ram in
No.
above Haprica. Ancient Ram in 2 above Haprica.
No,
No.
I would go Haprica after the RAF base,
Mm.
then Ancient Ramin, then Daring Woods, then the pub.
Really? You think the pub's the lowest of A?
It's fucking good though.
I would
Yeah,
have.
but
I
the
would.
lowest
I would
of
have put the pub in B. That's why I would put that.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
same.
fair. That's fair. Okay.
What do you think, Loss? You said
I would have put a pub after Ancient Ramin, or
Okay.
after Haprica.
Okay, yeah, I would agree
be
with
f-
after Ramin.
Oh, but then the Darren Woods
Above
has got the
Darren Woods.
knife. It's got the knife.
Yeah, but
And
it's
one
got
of the coolest
knife.
shots I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
That shot in that box is fucking sick. I also, sad fact, I lost that Hobo Jack Kraken shirt just after that investigation, and it was a fucking
Lost it.
sick shirt.
It's in the bin.
What?
Jesus Christ!
Of course it's not.
Maya put it there herself.
You gotta think this was back when we were living in that fucking mold-ridden
Oh,
flat.
my
and it
God,
probably-
molded up.
Nah, I
it
reckon
probably did
Maya
end up
put
in the
some
bin.
hair dye down, grabbed a cloth thinking it was a cloth, and mopped all the hair dye up off the floor. Shit. That's his Kraken shirt.
This was when I was blonde as well, so it's probably just covered in bleach.
Fuck's sake. Right, okay. So,
It didn't.
are we happy with that? Yeah,
I think so.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
S tier. Okay.
Oh god.
Fuck.
I would
Right.
say,
This is-
if you were saying Rendlesham's the best video we've ever done,
Yeah.
it has
Well,
to
no,
be
it's the
the
best
first,
investigation.
the best investigation. I think surely as a double parter, it has to be the best one then, no? Because if it carries
Yeah.
across both.
If we were looking at that as one investigation, I don't think it can be touched.
I
Which
think
I
the
think we
Ram's
have
better,
to.
Do
personally.
you?
I think the
Definitely.
Ram's
I
the
mean, it
top.
does have our most
Yeah.
insane piece of
It's
evidence.
And
a
I would
toss-up between
say
them two.
the 30s Drive and the Haunted Asylum are probably at least on par with it, personally.
That thumbnail.
I would
certainly is.
actually say that
30s
30s
Drive
Drive
thumbnail,
is
what
my
a
favourite
thumbnail.
investigation.
30s Drive.
Yeah,
If I could
You
remember
fucking
it, I'd
carried that on
agree.
your back.
exactly. That's why I like it so much.
Yeah, if I had any
Kicked
memory
you
of
lot out of the
30s
video.
Drive,
Okay,
Hang
let's
on a minute,
right.
Ryan. Team Miley when we
Yeah,
brought
I know. We did.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Okay.
only joking. Just purely based on the evidence that we caught, the fear factor of it, the spookiness of the building, the legacy of the building, and the fucking scene with Scott with the thing on his lap. That is just the funniest thing. And the checking out the neighborhood. That's
Oh,
got to be
great.
my favorite video without question.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
strong, isn't it? It's pretty
I-
strong.
I'll just reel mine off.
Okay.
30s Drive, Ramin, Rendlesham, Asylum, Farmhouse, Hotel.
Oh,
Fuck me. Okay, fair. I would go. I'll tell you for S tier. Let's hear everyone's order. I
Yeah.
would go. Fuck, this is so hard.
It's
Wait, I
so
can
hard.
actually.
I
we
would.
we can make a way to do this. So where's
I
my...
think ancient. I think ancient ramen. Oh, this is gonna suck because they're all so good.
Wait 1 sec. There's a way that I can tally this. Asylum, Farmhouse, 30 East Drive. So 30 East Drive gets 5 points from me.
Ah, yeah. Okay, I see what
we
you're
can do
doing.
it.
Yeah. I. What was next? Ramin gets 4 points from me. Rendlesham
see
gets
what you're
3
doing.
points from me.
I feel like I'm watching Eurovision.
Isn't it?
Oh wait, no
Big-
wait, I haven't got enough.
That's all right.
Think-
People have got this far into the pod. They'll stick around.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 30s Drive gets 6 points from me. The Ram gets 5 points from me. Rendlesham gets 4. The Asylum gets 3. The Farmhouse gets
actually-
2. The Hotel gets 1.
This is actually a brilliant way of doing it. To be fair. Okay.
That's how we're doing Story of the
We
Month.
should have done this for the entire thing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
fine.
So. Fuck me.
This is so fucking hard.
It is. Oh, fuck it. Right. Okay. Ancient Ramin.
Yeah.
Rendlesham.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't give a fuck. Hotel.
Ooh.
Yep.
30 East Drive.
Yep.
Farmhouse. Asylum.
Ooh.
Okay. Bailey.
That was fucking hard.
Right. Ancient Ramin. Rendlesham. 30 East Drive. Asylum, Farmhouse, Hotel.
What's all the fucking hotel hating here?
There's no hating. It's still in S, and it's still a fantastic video.
To be fair, I think a lot
but
of
we
it is 'cause
none
I
of us
literally
have the
nearly died.
experience in that hotel room that you did, so that's probably
Yeah.
not why
Yeah.
we're not ranking it as high.
That's right. Lozzie will put it first. Scott, we'll leave Lozzie to last. Scott, what are you doing?
Ancient Ramin. Hotel.
Oh
Yeah,
Oh.
6 out.
Rendlesham. 30 East Drive. Farmhouse Asylum.
What does that say
Yeah.
about the farmhouse and the asylum if you can't even remember 30 East Drive? And you were
Yeah,
there.
innit?
Yeah.
At least I was at 30 East Drive. I wasn't
Yeah.
at the other two, so they're sort of
True.
lower in my.
Okay, fair.
Okay. Lozzie.
Maid's Head. No, I'm joking. Uh, the Ramming,
Nice.
Rendlesham,
Nice.
Maid's Head,
Nice.
30 East Drive, Farmhouse, Asylum.
Nice.
I think the Ancient Ramming's going to be first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So what is the go from last to first if you can?
Last to first.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually really close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's going to be a draw.
Oh,
Nail biting stuff. I literally did just bite my nails for the audio
Yeah.
listeners.
Okay, so 1 point in it.
Oh.
Asylum is the lowest.
Okay.
Oof.
Put in A.
Second lowest.
Put it in G.
Second lowest is the Farmhouse.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it.
No.
Then the
That feels
hotel.
right.
Yeah.
Then 30 East Drive.
Yeah.
Then Rendlesham.
Okay.
And a resounding winner, the Ram.
I
Can't
think
be- I
that's
can't
a
really be
fair
mad at
order.
that.
Yeah, I can't be mad at that. The 30 East and the hotel are very fucking close.
I mean, 30 East, I think, has the hotel beaten because it's 30 East Drive. I think that's
Yeah.
exclusively the reason.
Mm,
I think in
yeah,
terms of stuff that actually happened, they're very similar, but one of them is 30 East Drive.
yeah.
Yeah. And Rendlesham, I'm not being funny, is only out there because of Ronnie. Like, let's be fair. He's a fucking top G. And he
Yeah.
fucking, like, do you
I
know
mean,
what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, realistically, if Ronnie wasn't in that video,
Oh, here we go.
D.
yeah, where do you think?
It would have
No,
just been so different because
just
you couldn't
like-
have
I'd just
possibly
like to
done the
say-
history like it.
That 30
True.
East Drive beats Hotel by 5 points.
Oh,
Ooh, there was no need for that, was there?
that was a
Not
kick
actually
while
that
you're
close.
down. It's on the wound.
I'm gonna get a double cheeseburger. Right enough.
Shall we?
You're on keto.
You're on keto, and yeah?
Take the bun off.
Take the
Gordon,
bread out.
come on. What? I've had McDonald's like 6 times on this diet.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what we do.
No bun. That's true.
Thank you. very
Right.
Now,
Well,
turn it up, go all
You
out.
thought it was all over. It's not yet. Right. So here we got.
Heading into hour 3.
John Luke
Let me guess what his question is.
Picard. No, his name's John. It's John as in Jon, not Jean.
Jean.
John Luke. His surname could be Picard, to be fair. I don't know. Anyway, do you have any plans to visit any haunted locations in Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland, given all your investigations have so far been in England? I mean, I'd love to.
The short answer
Scotland
is
has a lot
yes.
of places.
There
Yeah.
is
it's
like
just-
an astonishing amount of
Yeah.
haunted abandoned locations in Scotland as well.
Yeah, the
Like
reason
some
we
really cool
haven't
places.
is because we would have to dedicate a whole weekend to that. Like,
I
do you
reckon
know
if
what I
we
mean?
Yeah.
went up to Scotland, mate,
You'd
I'd
have to
wanna
do like
do like a week.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's finding the time where we're all
It takes
available
a
to
day
do it.
to get there, a day to get back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against it though. I wouldn't be against
Oh
like,
yeah,
a,
No.
100%
holiday,
do it,
holiday
100% do
to
it.
100%.
Scotland.
Something that we've had in the works for a while is a Nessie
Oh,
exploration. And that would
Yeah,
be
we could do-
sick.
We can
Yeah,
get
we
both.
could do Nessie. We could do, and then we could if we did like say 5 days, right? We could do like Nessie, abandoned, and then have like either day travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so down to do
There's
that.
loads of abandoned places in Wales as well, isn't there? Like
Yeah.
from what we've seen,
Wales
there's
Yeah.
is a lot
loads-
closer.
Like
yeah,
Denby
there's loads of
Asylum and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think oh, he's on his
Scott,
map.
Scott.
Scott, what are you doing, Scott?
He's pointing at Scotland.
It's a bit of a trek.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
a
fucking
whole
far.
arm's
Oh my
length
God,
for you,
yeah.
Scott.
Loch Ness
For
is
you.
there.
Yeah.
No, Loch Ness is there.
Yeah,
I'm there.
yeah.
I think
It's
you're
only the
probably better
entire
off flying.
country.
Scott,
Oh yeah,
when
I'd
are you
have to
moving?
fly.
When are you moving to the east?
Oh,
Go on, Scott. You know it makes sense, mate.
it would save journey time.
Innit?
It
Yeah.
would.
Do you know
Would
what
you be
else would save
tempted?
your journey time, with Scott?
I think eventually
Do you know
Yeah.
what else would save your
I'd
journey
definitely
time?
consider it.
Get a fucking car, mate. Stop using the
No, 'cause
public
I can't sleep
transport.
on a car, mate. At least I can sleep on a couch.
It
You
also
can.
takes half the time.
You just close one eye at a time, like I
Get
do.
Tesla.
Don't be a pussy. Close both eyes.
That's it. If you're meant to arrive, you'll arrive. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, in short, we definitely have plans, just not.
Not in the works.
Yeah, but we
have
will.
what
We
want
will.
to.
I
Definitely
have got
will.
several locations in each country that I want us to go to.
Wales makes.
ready
I
to
think
go.
firstly, Wales makes the most sense. It's close for
Definitely.
Scott. It's closer for us, out compared to Scotland. And
The problem with
Northern Ireland.
Wales is all the good haunted stuff's in North Wales.
That's still
Oh.
closer than fucking Scotland,
Yeah,
Scott.
mate.
Oh, it's still
Look
closer.
at it. You could
South
fit like
Wales in the
on
bin.
your map, mate. You can have your hand reach Wales. You got to use your whole arm for Scotland, mate. See, told
There
you.
you go.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
That's how
Wales is a
Scott measures
hand.
distance.
Wales is a hand. Scotland's an arm. See, look, it's not just your forearm and hand, mate. You have to have your whole arm.
I've got to actually stretch my arm to get up there, to be fair.
Exactly. Told you.
See.
That's how we
That's
do
no good.
measurements on the Drip
Take that out,
podcast from
man.
Scott's arm.
Yeah, Scott's arm length. Right. Well, this has been the pod. We've determined the order of the investigations. Brilliant, amazing, fantastic. Well done, everyone. If you want to support the pod, become a patron and like and subscribe and listen as well. I
And
really
tell us if we do anything
like
different.
listening. I don't watch these. I listen to them.
Yeah.
You just
Um,
never watch or listen to these back. That's what it
yeah,
sounded like.
just-
That was what
yeah.
I never
Post and
watch these back.
Post and ghost.
Post
Nah,
and
yeah,
ghost.
no, I really like listening to them on my lunch breaks and that. It's really fun.
I listen to them
Um,
while I'm driving.
It's weird because I didn't think I'd enjoy it because like obviously I was there, and initially I just started listening to them like just to check audio. Then I was like, these are really fucking funny. So
Mm.
yeah.
Once we're
Yeah.
a couple of pods removed from an episode, watching it back is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
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 Also, did you say that this template is out there?
This template is
It is, yeah.
publicly available.
Yeah. If you haven't already done it, please do it and
Yeah.
post
Yeah,
it
I'd
somewhere
like
so
to
we
see
can
it.
see. Because I
Put it
would
in the
like to see
Facebook
it.
group.
Yeah, put it in the Facebook
Yeah.
group or stick
Yes.
it somewhere. Tag us in it. We want to see it.
Or
Yeah.
email it to us and we can react to them.
Yeah, email
Yes.
it dudeyrhino@gmail.com. That'd be great. Okay, right. We're gonna get out of it and we'll see you very soon. Is this the longest one? Was the last one 2 hours 10?
Yeah,
That's
I
what was
think
like.
the last one was 2 hours and something as well. Tier list.
Yeah.
Diggins.
Yeah. Right. See you. Bye.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.